Are we 3x5, 5x7, or 10x10? Little 20 twin twin. What are y'all up to? It's Thursday. I had a pretty good week. I've been working on that book. Y'all know me. Y'all know I've been talking about working on that book. I have. It's been some work, but we getting it slowly but surely. Waiting on Hutch to get up on here with us. You want to see my camera? I got a little issues. I'm still here. I'm on chapter 19. I'm gonna read y'all a little bit. Of this first chapter. Let's get a couple people up in here. Yeah, time travelers. People watching now, people watching in the future. Somehow people watching in the past. What up, Blue? Hello. Good to see you. Got a good little crowd forming up. Nice. Yeah, we're probably gonna have Hutch up in here. What up, Patricia? Yeah, I'm trying to get a couple of people up in here real quick. Then might do a little live reading of chapter 1 of Icebane, Whispers. Oh, I'm playing Future Pop by accident. Let me see. That's how epic sounds. Yeah, what have y'all been up to? The world's been crazy. Crazy world, but we're here. Yeah. Gas in some places here in Tennessee. In this little town by me, it was $5 and... No, it wasn't $5. It was $4.36. Yeah, Icebane is the name of the sword. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and get a little reading into it. Anybody that misses on it, they'll have to come back through with the little replay. Yeah, it's at $4.37. I guess the boys over there fighting over the oil fields right now, having battle. I don't know all the details about it. I've been too focused in my own world. You know? I've been too focused with the ins and outs of this. There's a way that this thing could read it itself, but chapter 1, Whispers. A calm wind carried hushed tones through the tall crystalline pines, a humming sound that seemed to echo both in the air and in the forest at once. Glow caps covered the ground, their magenta light pulsing softly like the scattered lanterns along the narrow trail. Blah, blah. Their light blended with the drifting bioluminescent haze known as the lumen mist, a pale blue miasma threaded with faint sparks of golden energy. 3 riders moved slowly through the glowing forest. Their thunder runners stepped carefully along the uneven path, powerful talons gripping stone and root, while their long feathered tails swayed for balance. Blue and yellow plumage shimmered faintly beneath the glow caps and the drifting mist. What a hillbilly. Did I cut my hair? No, I got it in one of them old top buns. I'm samurai right now, dude. I'm one of them samurais. What are you getting into, brother? No, I don't plan on cutting it anytime soon. But you never know. The forest around them is part of the Whispering Pines, an ancient woodland deep within the foggy mountains, stretching north for 544 miles beyond the legendary Unbroken Gate of Severe. The road known as the Shimmering Way was the only reliable passage through the mountains, leading into the crystal kingdoms of Ulta and Windia. The rider at the front guided the largest of the great fowl, a blue-feathered male named Storm. The Thunden's huge yellow-plumed head was crowned by a heavy ebony casque, and his talons crunched softly across the gravel and broken roots along the trail. Yeah. So, guys, for the past, month, I have been working on this shit. Let me see where I'm at. I'm at 36,090 words. 284 pages. Pretty insane. Yeah, pretty insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Once you start doing this kind of stuff, it it basically starts writing itself. It basically starts writing itself. So I already have like a whole series planned out from this, and I keep in mind I am high as fuck, but I that does not hamper with my world building I've been doing. So this shit, you could do Dungeons and Dragons campaigns with this. You could do a whole saga. You could do what up, Neverete? What up, Daniel? Yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to. I could go through reading the whole thing, but it's hard for me to read like that. That's something I'd have to like record myself doing. Let me see. Yeah, and we got Hutch joining us soon too, so that's be interesting. See what his opinion is. I haven't been able to talk to him in forever. I haven't talked to nobody in forever really. I've been going to work and doing my family thing, and then also working on that novel. This is something I want to bring everybody's attention though, and I'm gonna give whenever he gets on here. We're gonna see what he thinks about it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna think this is fucked up and evil. So let's check it out. Tennessee lawmakers push plan to lock up foster kids who broke no laws. And now this from March 7th. This is the most recent article that I found whenever I looked it up just now because I was wanting to share this. I was wanting to talk about this. Yeah. A proposal moving through the Tennessee General Assembly could let judges send certain foster kids to juvenile detention, even when the kids have not been charged with a crime. The bill would carve out a new legal category for some youth in state custody and give courts and Department of Children's Services new tools to place them in secure jail-like facilities. Backers frame it as a safety fix. Critics say it risks turning trauma and placement failures into a fast track to lockup. It's called SB 1 1868. So everybody keep in mind SB 1 1868 is fucked up. So yeah. It says, as outlined by the Tennessee General Assembly, SB 1868 would define a child in need of heightened supervision and add that label to the list of reasons a court can order detention. So what I see from it, so it's not like any foster kid is just gonna be put into juvie, but if they say it goes like this: if they feel like that kid's gonna be a problem, if they look at certain indications and little factors of behavior from him, they could put him in juvie before he commits a crime, quote unquote. That's like the rise of the AI fucking there's a story about somebody who got sent to prison because an AI there's some AI shit that identified her as the wrong person, but the police believed the AI because they were too fucking lazy to investigate more into it. It was very sad. What up, Cherokee? Yeah. I mean, personally, the whole abortion thing, like that's a whole can of worms. I'm not necessarily, I'm opposed to such a thing, but at the same time, I would feel as if, that is a touchy subject where they say, that's not a man can talk about. I feel like they should get rid of child support. Then I feel like it would be okay to have abortion, in my opinion, on GTA 6. But yeah, Tennessee. So there's another law that they've been messing around with, trying to push around, that says women who have done abortions, not have done them in the past, but women who would get an abortion could qualify to get death penalty. And there's more to it, but that is the gist of it, basically. Something about where the doctors as well, and that's one of the recent things that they. What up, Steph? That's one of the little things they've been trying to put in there, along with this. Them being able to see a kid, they say, "Hey, we can predict that this kid's going to be Just not going to be a good person one day. And then they just put them in juvie. They stay to their 18, get kicked out. You know, the kid. You know, who knows what the time's like is going to be when they're in juvie from the age of, let's say, 9 to 18. Who knows what that time's going to be like? I'm sure that there's a lot of programs out there that's offered to these kids. When they turn 18, they can go to school, they can get an apartment, they can get all this shit. But who knows about all the trauma that happens during that period of time. The kid who did, especially one who did nothing wrong, is going to the juvie. I don't know, something doesn't add up. Let's continue reading. A child in need of heightened supervision, and add that labeled list of reasons a court can order detention. The draft, there was an example, because they did this in another state. I believe it's New Hampshire or Connecticut. We're about to find out. Juveniles alleged to be delinquent for placement and commitment decisions, and it includes languages and extend to an indefinite commitment after an assault on staff. If passed, the law would take effect July 1st, 2026. DCS and lawmakers say it is about safety. As reported by WPLN, DCS Legislative Director Jim Lehman told lawmakers the department is increasingly receiving children whose behavior make them extremely hard to place, and that the proposal is meant to protect staff and other youth. So yeah, let's fucking treat them like dogs at a shelter that's got too many dogs in it. It's like, oh yeah, we got too many of these violent dogs. Let's put them down. Yeah. Let's already, that's just the future that they're going to, this generation is going to be, whenever they're kind of like the old people, they're going to be like, oh, that's going to be, this is the last generation, in my opinion, GTA 6, that will know any form of freedom the way that we may have known, or any generations before that. So they're able to, and I don't, and let's keep reading, because it's not necessarily just foster kids. There's a kid doing something bad, they could just take him straight out and just put him straight in the juvie. No questions asked. But there's a story from this one girl in Connecticut or New Hampshire. We're about to get to the story. She had a family that cared about her though and loved her and went and got her out of it. Yeah, but they was gonna put her in fucking juvie till she turned 18. And I think she was like 12 or something like that. And it was over a Facebook post connected to the school principal. Yeah. Yeah, and then we start these teachers. We get Hutch in here. We can talk about these teachers. I say fuck teachers, honestly. Like, there are good ones. Just the same thing with good cops. These teachers are starting to get that mentality, almost like the bad cops have had their mentalities, I feel like. They believe that they're above other people in a way. But the good teachers are chill. I back them. The good cops, I back them. But this kind of mentality, these teachers, they don't, they heard, like the cops, the teachers and the cops, they're here to serve us. The teachers are there to serve our children. The teachers are there, the teachers are there for our children. The children aren't there to serve the teachers and learn how to obey completely 100% what the teachers say. Let me see. Let me check this. I just got a message. 1 second. It's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Who the fuck? Who's fucking? I'm in somebody's Discord. Who's celebrating Ramadani? I had to check it out. So yeah, that's where y'all are from, right? Y'all in North Carolina. I've heard rumors about things in Spain where you can get they're trying to say you can get up to 5 years in prison up in over there in Spain for insulting Islam and the prophet that they follow. Pretty dystopian, right? But yet you can mock and insult Jesus Christ all day long. That'd be perfectly fine. And these people, they don't. They a lot of these people hate God. A lot of these people hate God. They hate the Christian ideas. They hate anything like that, right? But they're open to something like Islam with some GTA 6. And in my opinion, I'm not. I'm not saying that don't take everything I say to face value, but obviously it's Islam. They'd be more into some kind of very violent shit. If you think about it, the Islamic lifestyle is more of what these people hate, though, like a hyper masculine kind of anti women kind of deal. His name is Stein. His name's Stein. Holy shit! What up, Hutch?
What up?
Hutch done took over the damn program. Oh, there we go. What you up to, dude?
Shit, sitting out here calling it a day.
Man, what do you think about that? I guess they're trying to pass this law where they could, if they think a kid could be a problem, or if he did like any kind of thing, they could just put him straight in juvie till they turn 18 here in Tennessee. From Foster. I don't know. It seems kind of. I don't know. There are some badass kids, but fuck, I don't know. It seems kind of fucked up to me, dude.
I mean, there's got to be something. People stop fucking taking responsibility for their children being little pieces of shit. Somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people could read a story like that, though, without reading into it, though, and think, oh my god, they could just pick up a kid off the street and put him straight in juvie if he has no family to go to. Which is what it almost read as, but then I read into it a little bit more just now. I was like, So this is more in a lot. But it was saying kids in the home, though. If a kid, like, there's this girl who had posted some shit online, like, saying some kind of song referencing her principal, like making fun of her, not threatening her, but then they were going to put her in juvie under some kind of law. Connecticut and New Hampshire had as one of those little weird. Connecticut's a weird ass place. Besides a couple of the people I know there, are great people, but as a whole, I've heard some strange things about it.
Yeah. Well, it's just like anything. Anything has the potential to be corrupted, no matter how good of an intention it is. I mean, so it's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where the fuck you been, man?
I've been working on this little novel, dude. I've been trying to work on this book. I figure like I built like a mythology, the creation myth, and then I've been working on a story set within that universe. But now I've kind of stepping back because I'm almost finished. And I need to try to find like something, an editor, or hit somebody up that I know that writes, like Morgan or fucking Pete. Hit up old Pete, see how he knows how he does that shit.
Did you type it or did you handwrite it?
Well, I typed it from little notes that I've been collecting for years. Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to a bunch of like just lore videos, a bunch of other people's. I realized, I said, man, I'm listening to all these other people. All this shit comes from one dude's imagination. You know what I'm talking about? I said, all this shit comes from one dude's imagination, and fucking, it's like millions of years of shit. And people fucking like that shit. And I'm thinking, oh my god. Let me try to put some of my thoughts out there.
Good shit.
Here, let's look that story up.
I'm sunburnt and I am tired as shit. I have been moving dirt and wood all day.
So you look like you're from the Slapaho tribe.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. GTA 6. Let me see. I put up that. I guess okay. I finally put up that mailbox today.
Weren't you doing that like 2 months ago?
Yes, but I procrastinated, and then I finally. You gotta understand, dude. You gotta understand. It took me 2 months to put up the mailbox. I'm the kind of guy that drink. Even though I don't look like it, I don't look like a little chubby dude like that. I fucking drink soda out of 2 liter, dude. That's the kind of dude I am.
Trying to roll me some motivation. When you're
Dude,
sweating, and it doesn't fucking last. So now that I'm fucking finally sitting down, I'm about to take a couple grams to the face.
fuck, dude. Flame on, brother. I lost my little weed device. Oh, there it is. Damn, I found. I'm not gonna. I don't want to even expose like the shit, but there's a place I found. Damn, like real weed pens at. You ever been to like a little store and you're like, damn, and they have you. They have a bunch of little bullshit pens, and you're like, holy shit, I've seen that at the dispensary before.
I don't trust any of that shit. I don't like
I
pens,
test it for us.
like cards. I don't like any of that shit. I keeps it natural, sir. If it ain't flour, I ain't fucking with it. For the most part.
You drink a soda. You should have drunk like a whole 6 pack of them sodas. I think
I,
honestly,
I don't mind the sodas. The sodas ain't too bad. I got like 2 pounds of butter in the refrigerator.
oh lord, you gave me some butter. A lot of it, like whenever I visited you and I left, I was using that shit in my coffee for a couple weeks, and I fucking was high as fuck, dude.
That's what's retarded. I just now made it last week. So all winter I haven't had a single bit of butter, but I'm about to be out of flour here in about a week. I wouldn't say that. By next week I will be completely out of flour. But I will have butter like
What up, G-Mon?
man. Look at
Yeah, I want to lay off the pins because I swear I'll be high as fuck on that shit, dude. People will be thinking I'm drunk or something. Because I'll be like talking like this. I'll do it.
how many people we got here in chat?
Shit. We're honored to have 8 people here in this chat. What up, y'all? Cherokee, you can't use that kind of language. What up, Anthony? You gotta call him something else. I know it's terrible. You can't call somebody like what they are, what their actual name is. You know what I'm? You know, like you can't like what they. If you look them up in a dictionary, what it would say they are, you can't say it because it's like bad to say. I guess for some reason, you know, kind of weird, kind of strange.
Question everybody wants to know. What the fuck have you got done on your garden, man?
I got the field plowed up pretty good. I still have to get the plastic, which I will tomorrow. But it's been spring break at my job. It's been busy as fuck. But I got a lot of shit done. I got a lot of. It's ready to go. Basically, I just got to put my plastic up and clean a little bit of trash inside of my. It will be good to go. I might germinate some of the seeds tonight after this. Yeah.
Look up the growing instructions on all that shit for placement. Like a lot of that lettuce isn't gonna like straight sunlight all day, otherwise it's just gonna cook.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I still got a little bit of the field. I want to just fucking plow the old dog field. I want to just plow that whole thing up and just put shit there. But I gotta trim off some of this tree, the tree branch that's like over because when the leaves come back, it's gonna cover it up with shade.
climbing.
I know. Sucks. Fuck it. I mean, it's cool, honestly. I mean, I don't mind doing this shit by myself, because it's honestly, I prefer to do it by myself. But I would say this: it kind of irks me knowing that there is a capable hand.
But it's not for them. It's for you.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna be like. That's what I'm gonna be like. That's if I ever. That's gonna be like. I'm like, dude, you cannot have. No, you know what? The better thing, the Christian thing, is gonna be like, yeah, dude, here, have some of this. You didn't help me get any of it or do any of it, dude. But
Fuck that. Starve, pussy.
oh
You
my
don't work.
god.
The Christian thing is you don't work, you don't eat. Charity only extends so far.
Yeah, that kind of shit's for like. I feel like the charity shit, honestly, is for like children and really disabled fucking people and shit, and like really old people. Other than that, it is like you have to like people our age and older. Like I think up to like I don't know. It's like people with age is like people with drinking. There are people like 70 something plus years old who are able to work really good still and talk good. And there are people who can drink and shit and drive really good. There are some people that can't drink. Nobody should drink. But they say the blood alcohol shit doesn't necessarily affect, some people the same. Whereas, you can see some old people. Like, now it's crazy. I remember my grandfather was 63 when he died, dude. But he looked fucking like he was 90 something years old. You got somebody like, some people that we know, some of our friends, they're older like that in their late 50s. They don't look that old, though, compared to the old people we used to know.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going with that. You want to see a little bit of this book? I don't want to show too much of it. I'll show y'all, though, because I trust y'all. Boom, 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 boom.
Insert. Or an excerpt, however the fuck it's called.
I'm trying to find, there's some kind of way that would let me like read it, like it would read itself. I was trying to read it a second ago, but sound like you're high. It's kind of like you can go like dyslexia with your words. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Where to start? Let me see. We might have figured it out. Y'all about to get a little excerpt.
And here to read a passage from his memoirs.
Let me see this. Oh my god, my dog does not like my cat. My 13-year-old dog does not like our cat. I mean, it's not my dog, but
Where's your dog fucking speciest?
wait, let me see. That might be some kind of Amazon guy. What is immersive reader?
I have no idea.
Chapter 1.
Wait, I'll be right back.
1. Whispers. A calm wind carried hushed tones through the tall crystalline pines, humming a sound that seemed to echo both in the ear and in the forest at once. Glowcaps covered the ground, their magenta light pulsing softly like scattered lanterns along the narrow trail. Their light blended with the drifting bioluminescent haze known as the lumen mist, a pale blue miasma threaded with faint sparks of golden energy. 3 riders moved slowly through the glowing forest. Their thunder runners stepped carefully along the uneven path, powerful talons gripping stone and root while their long feathered tails swayed for balance. Blue and yellow plumage shimmered faintly beneath the glowcaps and drifting mist. The forest around them was part of the Whispering Pines, an ancient woodland deep within the foggy mountains. Stretching north for 544 miles beyond the legendary Unbroken Gate of Severe, the road known as the Shimmering Way was the only reliable passage through the mountains leading into the crystal kingdoms of Ulta and Windia.
I do plan on like editing some of the info dumps. Kind of go straight more to the action. I have like fucking albino elf, sorceresses, necromancers that wear human skin jackets that talk, screaming cloaks and shit like that.
So far, sounds pretty good.
Let me see. Yeah, it kind of see. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. I just, this kind of shit. It's kind of like you showing people shit like this. It's kind of like you kind of feel, it's like you're exposing a piece of yourself. You're exposing a piece of. I base some of these areas off of like places I've been to in my life too. How's that board game coming, dude? I haven't been watching YouTube as much recently.
I just did a video about it with the rules and all the deals and shit. Now it's just a matter of putting it together, getting it sent out.
Nice. Nice.
Who knows, y'all? In 26, you might get a board game from me and a book from Pilgrim, a novel.
Fuck, dude. I want to do a whole series off of that shit, dude. I created like the mythology behind it, like a creation story, fucking myths, histories of conquest, dark shit. Like, I was originally doing it so I could like all this shit I've ever done recently with this kind of shit with my Warhammer or with this was because I was trying to do something with my son, like for our Dungeons and Dragons shit. And then I said, "Oh my god, I'm just gonna do this instead." But also, you could do this shit as Dungeons and Dragons as well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we definitely. I think that'd be badass. Yeah, I think. Oh no, the only thing we need to find somebody who could like help us edit the shit. You know what I'm talking about? Or for me, I know I need to find somebody that would like. What do they call somebody that can go through and kind of like
Read it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Send it out to a couple people and let them read it and fucking make notes and send it back to you, and then just do the compilation of what you see.
Something about dude. I was thinking about sending one out to you. I think Guardian definitely somebody. I send it out to this shit. It's like it's dark, cosmic fantasy. It's just it's kind of like Witcher and Conan.
So far, it
Mixed with
sounds
some
like
other shit.
put together pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, and I noticed what made it kind of easier to do that was to look at all like the notes. I look at my fucking notes. Let's see if I can find them.
Fuck yeah. I expected to have a way worse winter, so I thought I would get a lot more done, but this winter ain't been shit.
This is the shit. It's like different shit. Kind of collecting, going over and erasing shit. So basically, the world is set inside of the body. It's like they killed an elder deity and they made his body into something that holds realms together.
So the body of a deity itself is like a universe inside of it, different.
Yes, it's galaxy size. It has 7 realms. It has Tor, which is where the gods rule from. It's the skull. So it's the father. It's his father, right? It was the god's father, but one of them had prophecy saying that he's either going to destroy reality or make it perfect. So they couldn't kill him. He can't kill a god, and they had put him instead into stasis. And they used his body to kind of create all this stuff, and they used his blood to keep the realms within these spears of his blood, and they used his bowels to create the hells, kind of deal. So it's getting in there. It's getting in there, dude. Yeah. You got like fallen deities as well, and
Good shit.
little hairy one-eyed octopuses and shit.
Well, you already know that I'll pimp that shit as soon as you get it done.
Yeah, the dream is for this is to like create, because something like this, it's like 10,000 plus years. It's 14,500 years of history from whenever like the old races lost their immortality till the current day. Because before that, it was just a garden age. The planet was just one planet. There's no sea. There's no oceans. They had no seas. Um, yeah. So the history starts with that. So there's all kinds of stories. And I put a fucking magical school on top of a giant whale. I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, I did. Like, you could put so much stories within this universe that not even just me could make stories from this shit. You feel me? That's the ultimate goal for it. I feel like, like all this other shit that multiple people make stories for Dungeons and Dragons
Right.
kind of
Yeah, that's
deal.
what's good about it, that you can branch off and take it any fucking where you want to on 2, 3,
Mhm.
4, 7, 12 more books.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I've got at least 5 or 6 planned out right now.
Good shit.
Yeah, and a lot of it's based on Celtic mythology. A lot of it's based on like the naming. I will say the way I look at afterlife is it's a reincarnation cycle, but it's not where you are reincarnated based on being good or bad. People have to be reincarnated to keep this spine structure intact and keep reality. Everything. It has to be. That's why they have their reincarnation system, and that's the. But
Fuck
you
yeah.
know, yeah,
Are you
yeah,
doing
yeah.
digital or paperback?
I'm
I
on
think
digital right now. I put my main. What do you mean by that question? I'm sorry.
well, like you can sell it on Amazon, like Roaming's doing his. He's selling paperbacks on Amazon, but you can have somebody, or if some people use AI, which is gay as fuck, and then you can sell an audiobook version on like a Kindle or some shit like whatever
Fuck,
the fuck
dude.
they use.
I'd like to get the boys to do an audiobook of this shit. You know what I'm talking? I'd like for us to do an audiobook of that shit, dude. Fuck.
Get somebody like Native or Shad that's got the narrator voice for the whole thing, and then pick each person,
Fuck, dude.
give a different character to one of the fellas.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I could see them as a couple of these different characters, and it's like different. It's crazy, like the journeys that you have in life. Help you and like I don't know. There's some of the things I've seen, people I've met have helped me like kind of come up with different fucking people too. You know.
Right.
Yeah, the digital. I think it'd be cool. I think honestly, it would be cool as fuck to have a fucking physical one for sure. But I feel like the digital one would be the starter. I'm at 260 something pages right now. I think I got about like 100 more to go. I think until it's done. So I can
So
be.
get a hold of Roaming and ask him how that works, because I don't know if it's on demand, or if he's got to pay up front to get a whole bunch made and then kind of sit on it. I don't know how that works.
I'd probably charge some. I don't know, for something that took me almost like 4 or 5 months. I feel like I still probably got like a month or two left on this shit. But I'm not like as hyper. I'm still focused on it. But now that I got all my information locked down on it, that I kind of look back on and look back, and then like, I fucking, I don't know. I don't want to say like $5, $10. I don't, you know what I mean, for a digital shit,
Yeah, I'm not sure how that shit works.
you know. But I would want to make it like a good thing, I wouldn't want to like I would want it to be like hammered out. So I'm gonna hit him up. I'm pretty sure I have his phone number. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Dry as fuck.
With that dry eye. You just started smoking.
Oh, I'm dehydrated as fuck. I am burnt like a son of a bitch.
We almost got some snow here the other day. We did get some snow here actually, but it melted.
Yeah, it was snowing 2 fucking days ago.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. It sucked because it didn't stick.
What up, people in the chat? What are we talking about? I'm gonna roll one more happy stick here in a second.
Roller up. I've been kind of out of the loop on current events too, honestly. Like,
I ain't really been paying attention to
trying
shit.
to. I have a friend that I work with. He'd be a really cool dude. He'd come on here. I want to get y'all two to talk to each other. Sorry, my camera's so fucked up. It would be kind of a debate, not a debate, but he said some shit that I was like, well, dude, let's never talk about no shit like that then, buddy. He said to me, he was talking about politics, and he says if people ask him to talk about politics, he says he'll tell them. He says he likes to tell people. He said if they ask him his opinion on politics, he'll tell them. But then if they try to say theirs to him, he'll say no. So he'll go up to people, he'll tell people his opinion. But if you start trying to tell, and he also said if you're trying to tell people that, yeah, he's a cool dude, but he is like he's kind of, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of a racist black dude and shit as well. Slightly, he's still my bro, but but I think it'd be interesting though for sure. Like, there's something because I told him I was like, dude, we just don't. That's like let's just talk about like silly ass shit. You know, I don't want to talk about shit like that with. Because I couldn't hold it together. I couldn't hold it together. I feel like it'd be hilarious to watch y'all two talk about this shit.
I don't know. I'm a couple years ago. Yeah, probably.
Y'all the same age too.
I'm past the point of debating with stupid motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. My mind is not going to be changed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. And I'm trying to tell me when someone says like, what is an what I don't understand what an ally is. What is ally? What is an ally? Like, what are we an alliance against? So what is our alliance composed of? What does that mean? What am I? It's like I don't want to be. I'm straight. Like I don't like any gay shit.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I'm beyond trying to convince anybody. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm ready to let's just deal it out in the streets. Fuck it.
That's how it is at this point with a lot of these people. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's insane for sure. Like these people, they don't know anything about but they were willing to like want to kill somebody because they fucking just think that they should. They think that they're a hateful person.
That's all it is everybody just trying to convince everybody else that I know more than you do. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people try to convince somebody that they know more about some like they'll try to convince a foreigner from one of these countries that are going through war and all this horrible shit that they know more as an American about this country than that person that just left it who was there in the middle of the shit. They know more about that situation than they knew.
And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm being 1,000% honest, if anything that I have learned over the last 5 years doing this shit has shown me is that the vast majority of this country is not on my level. You know what I mean? Like life wise,
Mm-hmm.
priority wise, work wise. You know what I mean? Commitment wise, because it's kind of like everybody and their mama wants to sit around and talk about revolution, talk about how the government's kidnapping people, the government's doing this, the government's doing that, but ain't nobody doing a goddamn thing to prepare for all these things that they claim they're scared of happening. You know what I mean? So, I mean, real shit. My perspective, y'all know how I live. I think everybody's fake as fuck for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So why talk to them? You know what I mean? If it's that fucking serious, why aren't you putting in the work? Shut the fuck up. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm bleeding, I'm sweating, I'm breaking my fucking body for an idea, for a what if, while everybody else is just talking in their fucking echo chambers. So it's hard for me to find respect for a lot of people on the internet who do that bullshit. Because I'm like, you're not doing anything to prepare for all this bad shit you say is happening. So just shut the fuck up. You know? It's clicks and fear based.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the worst thing that is gonna happen would be some shit that like we would have to die for anyway, is a complete totalitarian takeover of the world. Like how are we gonna fucking fight that? You know what I'm talking about? Like the AI robots and shit. Like we can fight it valiantly and die like heroes. We'll die like heroes. But that you know they have that. I'm convinced that they can track us inside of holes in the ground. Sorry, my camera's so shitty. But I still like to keep provisions. What up, Mother Freedom?
Freedom. Right, Nana? That's what a lot of people need to do. I know a lot of people. I'm not saying you're geriatric. I mean, you are, but I'm not. It's irrelevant to the point. A lot of people wait till they're in the last chapter of their life to actually think about the things in their life that need to be fucking changed. And that should be the thing you establish in your first chapter. Build off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's scary as fuck too to see that. It's really scary as fuck to see that. You know, because I feel like the older you get, you get less chances to
And
the way things
if
used
you
to be.
wait till the very end of your life to sit back and assess and find out who you are, who you were, what's important, then you wasted your entire fucking life because you should have known before, you know what I mean, before you started it. That's why you see so many people who are 80, 90 on their deathbed crying because they're scared to death. Bitch, you're 90 years old. You knew this was coming. You wasted your life. What the fuck are you scared of? You know what I mean? That type of shit.
Yes. Yeah, and that's sad, dude. I mean, it's sad because it's not sad because that's happening to them. It's sad because they could have done something about it. You know,
Right?
like that's what makes it. It's they're not sad because they're dying. They're sad because they fucking wasted their whole fucking life.
Yeah.
You know, they,
Regrets and FOMO and shit.
mm-hmm.
I guarantee there's not going to be a single person on this planet on their deathbed like, oh, damn, I wish I would have spent 100 more hours on fucking social media. You know? Shit's only been around for what, 20 some years? And people have
Yeah.
already spent years on the phone. It's only been out for 20 years. You know, that's fucking craziness.
When I'm trying to track when the phones became, I think people started doom scrolling probably about 5 years ago, maybe about 6 years, maybe 2019. You think? I don't know.
It's been about 10, 12 years or so. Obama, Bush era in that range.
So back then, that was never like a video came out. It was a huge video. If a video was viral back then, 2009, 2010, 2005, not 2006 to 2015, it was like the only viral video out. You know,
Right. That
like
was
there'd be one.
cats playing piano and shit was 2000.
And now this shit's gotten worse. This shit's got. Now they have the. I hate laughing at it because it represents the downfall of our society. But the dudes that run up to people in the supermarket and tickle them and shit. He'll run up to a. Here, let me show you guys this. It's funny as fuck. He ran up to a Indian dude at this gas station. He's like tickle, tickle, tickle. Wait.
That's that's a good reason to slap the shit out of somebody. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Tickling me, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
You can tell the people that he chose, like the different people based on. Let me see. God, this is fucked up. I'm gonna show you guys anyway. What would y'all do if this happened? What would y'all do? I mean, I feel like if I were to witness this, I would be able to fight.
from me. I'll knock you right the fuck out. Ah, tickle! Oh, tickle! Wow! Yes. What's up, brother? Yes, how are you? You don't remember me? Yes. No. It's all right. Come here. Okay, I'll take you a hug.
He needs to get fucked
Yes, this motherfucker is, and that's become the. Here, sorry, let me get off of this fucking. Yeah, I just seen that, like, that's become the new thing. Is I've noticed here in the past couple months was people going up to and actually physically touching people.
Yeah, we don't live in a world where that is okay.
You notice he was choosing like Indian motherfuckers and shit like that. Like, pardon my language, I said it like a damn pirate, didn't I?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought I lost my lighter.
Uh-oh. I lost something too. When you lost
I'm not a fan of those the shock streamers who think that they're doing pranks and all that other shit. I think every one of them needs to get knocked the fuck out. Females,
What up, Ronnie?
men, women, I don't give a fuck. If you're one of them prankers, streamers, yeah, you deserve a fucking asshole.
There's another dude I watch. He dresses up and acts like he's from Africa, but he's not, and he'll go up he'll be in a Dollar Tree or I guess someplace where they don't even sell eggs and ham. He'll go up with like 2 eggs and 2 pieces of bread. He say, "I buy this," and and it leads to a whole crazy interaction. So I'm getting that's kind of been my my negative thing in my life has been watching shit like that.
That's your trash internet.
That's my trash internet. Yeah.
That's the modern version of Jerry Springer type shit.
Yeah, this shit that will be so. I don't know. Like I'm over it now, but that shit was having me crying laughing though.
Every once in a while, I'll get in the mood and I think it's funny as shit. You know what I mean? For a 2nd, but they still need a fucking ass whooping.
Yeah, I haven't. There's been a couple of times they've gotten beaten up, but they usually, I think they just, they run in teams, and it's fucked. I saw one time they, like, somebody did try to fight one of the guys, and then his, like, group of friends jumped the guy that they were trying to prank. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, it's fucking entitlement bullshit.
It's okay for them to fucking get in somebody's space, but it's not okay for the person to defend themselves. Yeah, how much is gas where you're at?
We make content, but we're not fucking assholes out there standing in aisles and harassing you know what I mean? Like there's got to be some kind of decorum to this shit. Otherwise, you're just a bitch. You know?
Yeah. The furthest I would go is maybe go to like a protest, and if they were like trying to like antagonize me, then I'd start like cussing them and calling them bad shit.
Well, a protest is different. Just a random motherfucker walking around a grocery store or a shopping mall, you know what I mean? Disrespecting people, harassing people.
God.
You know,
There needs to be more people standing up for these fucking people. Going up and kicking the guy's asses, and they see that they're not kicking the guy's ass. I mean, most of the time people are probably so shocked that something like that's happening, they're just, what the fuck? They're getting ambushed, basically.
We live in a world where everybody wants to be a tough guy, and then they see actual violence, and everybody freezes.
Everybody's in their own world, dude.
Gas here, I believe, is, I want to say 320 something, somewhere in that range.
Let me look at this photo real quick. Somebody posted it. It was on one of our little local guys. It was 4. I was saying it was like 4:37. They put on that little Facebook thing. Let me see.
Man, we hit 80 degrees today. I am burnt like a motherfucker
Yeah.
on about 74% of my body. Right now it's nice as shit though. Sun's not stupid hot.
We got 60 degrees here.
I'm out here wearing me some short pants. It's nice. Feet in the grass.
They're not like shorts, are they?
Yeah, they're to-dun-to-duns.
My dad, he would wear shit like that. He'd wear shorts like that, and he would say stuff about my hair back then.
They call them to-dun-to-duns because you'd be dressed like a little prostitute, and then you pop through the door and you'd be like to-dun-to-dun.
Hilarious. Man. Yeah. I got an update on my two buddies. They're not doing too good. My two co-hosts I usually have with me. That we'll talk to them again soon. What up, Teresa?
Don't acknowledge her. You've been on here for 56 minutes. Don't you dare acknowledge her.
She's late, huh? Be a time traveler.
Technically, she's not like an hour and 6 minutes late, so she's kind of early. Technically.
Okay. She gets to get some show. She gets to get some of the show. That's good. Yeah, they yeah, it sucks, but it's just, I went through the same shit a few years back too, so I know they'll be fine. Is that like an inside joke? Do we use Nair too?
It's for shaving the legs. It's not Nair. I forgot what the name of it was. It's a chemical that kind of burns it off, but I forgot what the fuck it was called.
For dudes, I think it's called Larry's.
No, it was something else. It's what the black dudes use to do the razor bumps and shit. I forgot the fucking name of it.
Do 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 do. It'd be like a little Jeopardy question.
Right.
Dude, we should start trying to bring back some kind of little quiz show. Not necessarily 100% survivalist shit. It could be all kinds of stuff. Kind of in the spirit of the show that Dusty Data would do, but not obviously something different. You know what I mean?
You, sir, are way too flaky and unreliable.
Thursdays and Sundays are about the best days. I feel like I've come to the realization. I'd like to do some shit tomorrow.
I got to do something with Guardian here coming up, but I keep getting sidetracked because it's fucking beautiful outside, and I'm like, shit, I got holes to dig, I got fucking, you know what I mean, wood to move. So right now I'm just kind of fucking all over the place. It's just a matter of when I got time to sit down and smoke one, wipe some sweat, and get right the fuck back to work. Today I am making an exception and calling it early today because I got all my wood moved. I got my mounds finished. I got my holes filled, and I am burnt as a son of a bitch. So I'm like, fuck, short day today, but I'll be back at it tomorrow.
I see where your arm, it's kind of red right here, and then it gets more brown as it goes to your neck. I wish I could slap it.
It doesn't hurt.
What song stuck in our head?
Pilgrim wears shorts.
Oh. That's by Hillary Duff. Who wears shorts? No.
That is a song that was made way before either one of us were even little swimmers in our daddy's testicles, sir.
It's crazy how we kind of.
When that come out? The 60s?
That shit, that is like cartoony ass shit to us now, but back then they were like bumping their heads to that shit. Like,
right? That was fucking edgy and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not educated enough in world events to. Because when you start about the short skirts in the 70s, that's made me think of like. I mean, I slightly am. You know, I had a dude in my chat a couple weeks ago. He said that because I've never been in the military, that I have no right to talk about world events.
You tell that dude to choke on a bowl of dicks.
Oh yeah, I said that plus a lot more too. I said, "Fuck you," as I live here.
Right. Last time I checked my watch, it said "fucking America."
Yeah, dude.
1976.
Hell yeah, that's true. That's before my mom. My dad was 3, and my mom was not born yet. Yeah, I thought the gall. I said, what the fuck, dude? I said, I wanted to tell you that. I haven't been on here since to tell you that, but I've been thinking about it. I said he's probably fake. He probably is a troll. You know.
Most of them they are. Song was made in '58. So see, boom. I was right. Look at me knowing shit. 1958. The Nair commercial was '76.
Wow. Were the 70s pretty cool? People that lived in it?
I think the '70s were the precursor that made homosexuality popular in the '80s.
Shit. That's true. That's whenever they was wearing all. That's whenever all the glam. What is it? But all the little glitter and all the makeup stuff started coming to popularity.
I don't care what anybody says. The number one cause of homosexuality in this country and around the world is cocaine. It is what it is. People start sniffing shit. People start letting shit slap them in the face. There is a connection. All that shit got popular in the '70s. The discos, the glam rock, you know what I mean? All that shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And then that's when the AIDS started popping off too in GTA 6, you know.
Look at Richard Pryor himself. Richard Pryor said he was out there touching penises for that fucking powder and shit. I seen it myself. What people would be willing to do for $10 worth of fucking shit in the '90s. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Everything about cocaine turns a motherfucker gay. In my experience, that's what I've seen. That's why I've never used it.
Yeah, like stay away from that shit.
Right.
That's some of that. No, they were putting some other shit in that cocaine. They were putting some down with that GHB shit. That's some of that old cocaine that's some of that shit that Cosby was using.
This may be a stereotype too, but I have never met one homosexual man that has not done cocaine. Coincidence?
I feel like in that community that they probably like any kind of like upper, right? Like cocaine, but whenever like the crystal amphetamine shit became more accessible, that became more of like the scene drug for them. They just like anything that oh my this it's hard to talk about this gay ass shit.
Rock. Disco had a big part to do with it because that's where all the homosexuals hung out. But glam rock, you got the fucking Alice Cooper wearing Speedos. You know
even Kiss.
Mascara. Kiss.
Even Kiss. We love Kiss, but
you know
they were talking about fucked up shit. Gene Simmons was a high school teacher before he started that band.
Right. You got
Christine 16.
You got fucking Iron Maiden, or not Iron Maiden, but
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest, you know what
Rob
I mean?
Halford, yeah. Honestly, David Bowie is probably like one of the gayest fucking
David
dudes.
Bowie, gay as fuck.
Mick Jagger and him, like
Mick Jagger's gay as fuck.
Like even if they did like bang a lot of chicks, like the fact that they had sex with even one dude or did anything gay makes them completely gay and not cool at all whatsoever.
Right. That's all it takes is one time.
And like it's sort of their street cred. Lemmy was never into no shit like that, as far as I've heard or researched about him.
So. Yeah, I don't see Lemmy being one of those types.
He's like, the fuck you talking of? I can't do a good accent on Lemmy. I like Boone, sir. Leave me be.
So you've got the cocaine craze in the 70s that makes everybody like, okay, we'll do this behind doors, which leads into the gay ass chick rock, Poison, Whitesnake, Def Leppard, all these androgynous fucking dudes in the 80s, completely fucking gay, which turns into the acceptance of homosexuality on like MTV. The Real World was the first person to put the gay dude in there. Remember that? The first season of The Real World, the dude was
I was
gay,
like
and
5 years old.
yeah, they popularized it to the youth. Like, oh, it's okay to be gay and have AIDS. Cool. And then from then we see the big AIDS deal in the 90s and shit. You know what I mean? Then Magic Johnson's a hero all of a sudden. You know?
I never knew gay shit existed till I was probably about 11 or 12, honestly. Like, to the extent of how I know of what we know now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever remember no gay, like, kids in any of my schools, no gay people in my communities, as far as I know. There could have been all kinds of motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
I think the Jesus Revolution from the 70s was a con job, psyop, propaganda bullshit.
Yes.
Because that's when you started getting the big tent revivals and the healers and the people collecting money and shit. And then you started getting the heretics and the hippies talking about Jesus loves you, man. You know, the Jesus Technicolor coat and all this other bullshit. You know, Jesus Christ Superstar. That's when it started being infiltrated by the hippies and the non-Christians started claiming Christianity.
With their little
transforming into the bitch mindset it has today.
It started winding down, I feel like, during my childhood, my generation's childhood, because, like, my parents and stuff, like, people like our parents, like, it was like they were raised by those kinds of people, the hippie-ish kind of people, you know, but they were in the society where the hippies had it, you know, all the homeless drug addicts in California today, they're like a nation. They're like a lost tribe. They can trace their ancestry back to the hippies that moved there back in the 60s.
Right. Hyatt Ashbury fucking hippies.
You know, they all became crazy drug addicts walking around the street.
But anybody who was on drugs made the best music. I mean, that's just real shit.
I would say that, but they weren't yet doing. You know, by the time those dudes started doing, like, by the time Jim Morrison or Jimi Hendrix started doing heroin and really hardcore shit like that, they'd already kind of stepped away from doing music for a few months, then they died.
They were on that shit pretty hard, though. I mean, it wasn't always necessarily heroin, but it was everything. Even Ray Charles back in the fucking 50s was twacked out his fucking mind injecting heroin and shit. And even, like, Little Richard types and Muddy Waters and even Elvis, you know what I mean? All the way back into the 50s, we're getting high as fuck. Okay.
I love those guys, but they have dark histories too as well.
Right. Yeah.
I love Elvis and Little Richard, but those guys both have fucked up pasts and
get out of here.
Their life. What up, Jane? But you gotta, with that whole generation of. So you got these people. They got these people who are infiltrating the church, like you were saying. They are getting in there, and they're not changing. They're not becoming the good people that they were attempting to be, and so they're just bad people raising kids up now because they have families, and they're raising them up in a bad way. And that kind of like, and that was some of the people in Gen X were raised up by some of these fucked up hippie people we were talking about. And then some of these people, Gen X raised up some of these fucked up people who are millennials, and then some of that,
right?
And it's all traces back to the hippies and the drugs.
Don't you shush me, Jane. Don't you dare shush me.
Yeah, the guy that did Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum, apparently he was a tiny hat person.
Oh, he was a dirty hippie.
Little hippie with a little tiny hat.
Then you had people like Cat Stevens, who turned into who did he turn into?
Some Mustafa Ali or something.
Yeah, Mustafa Love or some shit like that.
He said he was over there in Morocco or Algeria, one of them places swimming, and then he started drowning. And he heard a minaret going, "Ah!" And then he said, "Please Allah," and then that's he said when he turned to become a Muslim, and because he got lost ashore in that moment, he prayed to the Muslim God. Don't ask me
There's a
how
lot
I
of
know
people,
that.
that's what I don't like about the trendy shit. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of shit as one of these fucking basic bitches goes on a trip to India and comes back. I'm so enlightened. Like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not.
Yeah, you ain't enlightened, bitch. You can't. You were groped over there and all kinds of shit. Shut up. You just came back smelling like shit.
That's why I don't even get mad at that shit anymore. There's so many false prophets in every religion. You know what I mean? So many con men, sharks, exploiters. You know.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's they. I don't know. A lot of people are incapable of guilt. I've come to the realization, so that helps them do shit like con people, and they're still able to be happy and go about their. A lot of the people who are there, they're also in power over us too, like mayors and sheriffs and fucking politicians, because they don't. A lot of these people don't have guilt. A lot of the people who don't have guilt just have a good life.
Right.
You know, and they're not able to be real. They're stuck on a fake persona, whereas real people, we fucking.
The problem is now that first world culture has taught everybody that they deserve to be a boss and that people should listen to them and respect them regardless of what they've done or what they're doing, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, too many chiefs, not enough fucking Indians in this fucking shit, huh?
I was going to say, not enough people know how to handle just being told, shut the fuck up.
Oof.
More people need to hear that shit. Females, males, every politician,
Everybody.
people on TV, your parents, your children, your friends. Everybody once in a while just needs to hear, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Somebody
Be able
listening.
and be able to, and if it happens, just shut the fuck up. Be like, all right, fuck, my bad.
We got to make that as your shirt, dude. There you go. That's a merch for you right there. A shirt that says, somebody's got to say, shut the fuck up. Or something like that. You guys keep it like, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, they would crack under, they would like lose their minds from being told that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're fucking dumbasses. They're not
Because I think
capable of
the way
criticism.
that some of these fucking people act, and like I've been hearing, you hear a lot of people complain and all this other shit, and it's always, my boss was so mean to me. You can't talk to me that way. But like all they did was say, hey, you were supposed to clean that. You know what I mean? Like people get so offended by the easiest thing. She told me
Yes.
to clean something. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, that, yeah, fucking clean. You know what I mean? All that just stupid, over dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just be,
they want to make up any kind of excuse to look at any kind of bad thing the other person, like the boss, might have said to them, because they're incapable of looking at anything wrong that they did.
right.
You know, they
And
don't
how
think they did anything wrong.
shit, especially where you work, how many stupid motherfuckers, ignorant ass bitches, male and female, that have only been doing this job or worked in this profession for like less than 2 weeks, but automatically, I should be the boss. I'm better than everybody. You know what I mean? We've
A
all
lot of
met those.
stupid ass motherfuckers. Yeah, there's a lot of like, and honestly, in the kind of profession I'm in, there is a lot of gay motherfuckers and a lot of like dumbass women in it. But other than that, it is a cool job though. It's chill, but yeah, it's gonna be on. It's hard for me to keep to myself. I just tell people they asked me. I was like, hey, I don't want to talk about that shit to these
Right?
people.
Never, do not acknowledge Jane. Nobody can see her. God,
The
man, pay
ghost.
attention. She's a fig Newton of your imaginations.
That sounds like a song. Fig Newton.
Man, I want to burn some shit. I got so many leaves and fucking twigs and shit that need to be burnt. It's too dry. It's too windy.
I got some shit I kind of want to burn too. It's along this path on my road. We did cut so one of our trees hangs over the road, like some of the limbs. I think it's kudzu branches. Did kudzu, so we ended up trimming off this tree that was hanging on the road because it's the public road, so we had to trim some of it that was hanging on a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, Dave's not here. Dave will probably show up whenever we're close to ending. Probably like, hey, what's up, brother? What's up, dude? Yeah, man. I'm definitely. I'm proud to say I wanted to record myself putting in the mailbox, but it was I was just hyper focused on it, and I don't know. I dug the hole too close to the road, I guess, to place it in. So then I had to fill the hole back up and then go back some and dig it in and put it in.
It happens.
Fuck, I was pissed. America. I'm gonna hit blinker. I'm gonna show you what we call blinkers, dude.
I know what you're referring to, but you're still sucking on a battery.
Dude, I'm secretly an android, dude.
I don't think that would be a secret. That would kind of explain a lot of shit. You are a weird motherfucker.
I'm strange, but I'm truly unique and identical to myself.
There has been a poll going on for about 2 years now. It's where you are you're either some kind of cyborg or you're an alien. So you're gonna make somebody a lot of money someday.
Nah, dude. I am of this world, but I'm also not of this world. You feel me? And so are all of it. I feel like that we all connected on that because we all on our like 12 reincarnation cycles.
Right? America.
Shit. It's free to. I guess it's legalized here now too.
Medically? Or everything?
No, it seems not just these little. They do have some like it's crazy. I see a lot of these places like because I've been to the dispensaries and I know what's real and what's not for some of the shit. Like I can see the real bud from like a company that's from Colorado or California.
That Delta 8 shit?
No, this is weed, dude.
Is it though?
Yes, it is, dude.
Is it though?
Dude, I'm an expert, dude. I'm a connoisseur of these. That's like asking a beer drinker. It's like, that's like asking a damn whiskey knowledge person. Like,
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to turn my camera around.
yeah, but I've never I felt the people I've felt connections with in my life. I've been connected with. The people I haven't felt connections with, I've felt not connections with.
That's kind of how that works.
Yeah, but it's just it makes it. It's just like the way I've never really. And I'm glad, I would never want to be like any of these fucking people. You know what I mean? These drones. I don't want to be like the squares, but I don't want to be like the fucking retards either. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. I'm where I'm at is
Right.
why I love it. I'm just.
I think everybody's got to have a little bit of square and a little bit of retard inside of them.
Yes.
There's my future asparagus bed. I just need to put a couple bags of dirt on it, and boom, ergoculture in effect. I still got to pretty up the edges a little bit, but we're doing forever planting around this bitch this year.
I'm trying to get you over here on the thing.
Oh, it don't matter. I'm already past it. I got to go get something to drink.
Wait, let me see. There we go. So you're using like leaves and shit?
Leaves, mulch, cardboard, twigs, branches, lumber. Bitch, don't look over here. Ain't nothing for you. Badass hooker.
What a 231. Oh, that's that gravel. Let me see that gravel. Let me see a little of that gravel. Damn, dude. Nice. You did all that shit in one day?
I kind of want to let the dog loose just to bite that fat dyke looking bitch.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Tearing up my motherfucking road.
I wish
I
you
gotta
had a
get some-
loudspeaker. Do you think she could hear me from here?
No, not even a little bit.
I wish I could yell, be like, fuck you! Yeah. Yeah. I gotta go to the frickin' small engine repair shop. I gotta call them. Should have done that today, but I got a lot of shit accomplished, so it's all good. But yeah, I gotta go to the small engine repair shop and try to get this lawnmower fixed and start mowing. I do gotta finish mowing the rest of this field, I guess, and then go from there.
Michigan, what up?
Very close.
Yeah, it's that time of year to where the fucking bitch ass tourists are back, and then the fucking retards who only come down on the nice weathers are all over the place tearing shit up with their side by sides and their 4-wheelers and the little punk ass kids.
Acting like they own the shit.
Yeah.
Is your little area getting more touristy every season, or?
It's hit and miss.
Isn't it? Shit. We getting some snow here too, Steph? Steph's saying we're getting some snow over in our area.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have one more blast of winter before it's over.
Oh my god. How severe do you think it is?
I'm betting that we'll probably have snow in April.
Well, for any kind of like snow situation, ideally being snowed in for like 2 or 3 days, fucking good to go. Got plenty of food, plenty of ways to cook it, plenty of weed, fucking plenty of fucking shit to keep you warm, plenty of things good to go. That sure won't stick though. You feel me? Like, would it? I don't think so. The
Probably not.
circumstances had to be correct.
If the ground's warm enough, it won't stick.
Yeah, I guess in '93 they. Do you remember shit from '93, Hutch?
A little bit.
That was an early Hutch. I guess there was like a crazy ass snowstorm that happened over in the Northeast.
I don't remember any weather events from.
So, where do you live at, Mother? She said they had 5 inches on May 5th.
The fictional land of Ohio.
Okay. Yeah. I met somebody from there. And I guess if you're like not in one of those cities, like one of those couple of big cities they have, it's just cornfields for miles and miles and miles.
I've been through Ohio, but I don't remember shit about it. I've been through Ohio, Indiana, and that whole fucking stretch up there.
Oh, fuck. That's it. That probably feels like driving through the desert, but instead of the desert, you're driving fucking.
All that shit just reminds me of Iowa. I'm not gonna lie. So you get like Nebraska, Iowa, and then kind of touch the Dakotas a little bit, but then everything east of that, it's all kind of the same shit. Every once in a while, somewhere.
I've never been to Iowa, but I've met some of its people.
What up, Matt?
Met some of its people. They're of a different sort.
I used to have to deliver to Omaha, and Omaha and Des Moines are the only thing that separates them is the river. So,
It's like a twin city kind of says, kind of like how there's a Bristol, Tennessee, and then a Bristol, Virginia.
yeah, St.
Kind of
Louis,
shit.
St. Louis, that type
St.
of
Louis.
shit.
Yeah, okay.
Kansas City, another perfect example. Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas.
What a weird ass world we live in. The fuck. Yeah. I would want to own my shit being out there for sure. I'd want to just have my own shit. I wouldn't want to be somebody who didn't have shit out there. That would kind of fucking be fucked. Same place as anywhere, but honestly, I don't know. Any place. It's just I'm high. I'm going. I just went squirrel. You just sent nuclear waves to my brain, brother.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I know Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, all that shit. That's pretty as fuck. I like that shit over that way. It would be a lot better if there were no people there, but it's pretty.
Yeah, we're starting to get like a lot of people over here.
I judge a state based on its landscape. If it's just blah, I'm like, fuck your state.
Nah, this fucking place is awesome, man. It's pretty nice over here.
I get it. Some people are like, oh, I like the blue mountains. I'm like, gay mountains.
These are some of the oldest mountains in the world too, I guess. Over here, that's why they got so many trees and shit on the Appalachians and Smoky Mountains. That's why they got so much stuff like vegetation on it and shit. And they're not as high as some of these other mountains are.
There has never been once in my entire life where I was like, I want beachfront property or a lake or an ocean view. I've never ever once in my life been attracted to the ocean.
No, that's too no.
Give me some mountains, some rivers, some creeks. That's what I want.
I'd like a lakefront property. That'd be kind of chill.
Right. Lakefront, swamp front.
Yeah. You got to deal with the ocean front. You have to deal with people going on the beach. You got to deal with fucking tsunamis and hurricanes, whatever the fuck happens living over there.
Yeah, Smoky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains. Those things are fucking shit.
Yeah.
Not all of Carolina, but just kind of kissing the edge of the Carolinas kind of thing.
Yeah. I like North Carolina a lot. They have some fucking weird ass shit going on over there though, dude. Asheville's a weird city, dude. Asheville is like the fucking god hating liberal ass fucking city. You'd think Los Angeles or New York City would be no. Asheville, North Carolina is like the ultimate liberal city in the United States.
My people came from Kentucky, and for about 10 years straight, we used to go over there and visit them once or twice a year. I don't know where the fuck it was because I was a wee child. So I was like, I don't give a fuck what town it is. You know what I mean? All I know is it took 6 hours to fucking get there.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, you get up on the top of them mountains and shit. It's fucking beautiful. We used to walk down the train tracks collecting coal in 5-gallon buckets. The uncles would take us and they would be fishing off the fucking train bridge. And there'd be 6 or 7 of us little fucking kids running around with 5-gallon buckets just picking up coal off the fucking train tracks. It's good shit. I remember my dad almost broke his fucking ankle because his fat ass was sitting on the side. And then the train started coming and he got up and was trying to run. And you know, there's those slots in the train bridge. So he's sitting there trying to hobble and shit, freaking the fuck out. He's like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
Oh, God. Man. Have you been back since?
No. Once my grandparents died, or I went to live with my dad, so I kind of lost track of my mom's side of the family for about 15 years. And then when I went back to visit them, it's not the same. My grandma's dead, my granddad's dead. I don't fuck with those people. You know what I mean? So it kind of, they're just strangers at this point.
Do you have a good connection with your grandparents, dude?
All my grandparents are dead.
So you don't remember them or nothing?
Yeah, I remember them. My country grandma was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every day of her life, she was the shit. Never raised her voice. Never had to. You know what I mean? Always did what she was supposed to do. Never complained in front of the kids. You know what I mean? Made sure everybody was fed. All that shit. She was the shit. My city grandma, I fucking hated that bitch growing up. She was a cunt. She was a dirty whore. She's been married 5-6 times. She put my dad in an orphanage when they were my dad and my uncle when they were like 6 and 7 for like 2 years because she wanted to go be a queen. You know what I mean? But as she got older, she settled down. She turned into a nice, sweet old lady who would crop dust people at Walmart. But in her younger days, she was a fucking cunt.
That's pretty much sounds like my dad's mom, my grandma. Yeah, I remember when. Yeah, she was kind of psycho like that. She raised me for a little bit, but she stopped drinking and it kind of became more. But she'd get psycho. She'd be chill. So my dad had left me at a babysitter's house whenever I was like 8, and just left. And then my grandma came and took me from there. My grandma, and then as my dad, he didn't just leave me there. He's like working or something involving that. But he's left me at this babysitter's house, and that lady was mean as fuck. But my grandma, it was almost as weird because she was a combination of a nice lady and also a psycho sometimes too.
Right.
Which is like pretty fucked up. And I look at it kind of comedically in a way, but one time like I said, hey, let me go get some Skittles, and I got a Snicker instead. She was drunk as fuck in the car, and she punched me in the eye. Gave me a little black eye. And my dad was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Mom, what are you doing? Because he was like driving with us at the time.
I mean,
But that pales in comparison.
When you're in the mood for M&Ms and somebody hands you a fucking Snickers, you know what I mean? Yeah, you deserve to get punched in the eye.
Well, you got punched in the eye too. It was Skittles, dude.
Oh,
you got me goddamn M&Ms.
See, you want Skittles? You want to touch the fucking rainbow? You give me these dry ass M&Ms? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's other shit that like I said, this shit is comedic as fuck, but like it's, I don't know, some that like there's other stories that are funny as fuck. I want to go over with you before I ever tell it though. But yeah, some of the shit that my dad would say, it would seem almost exaggerated. And I'd ask my aunt, I say, hey, is this true? And she said, no, fuck no. But you never know.
See what's crazy?
Me in the fucking eye.
My slut grandma, she was a party line Democrat and raised all my my aunts and uncles and all that shit.
Oh Lord.
So my old man was a Hillary voter. My grandma literally stopped talking to my dad for 2 years because he voted for Obama, and she just refused to vote. She took it that fucking serious. She talked to me. She talked to all of us. She literally just ghosted my dad for 2 years. She's like, I'm not voting for that. Fill in the blank. And I can't believe you did.
My grandma, she would never have voted for Obama. No, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We went to go see Passion of the Christ in the theaters with our church when it came out. But she would not have liked Obama.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
So I say the most racist people I ever met in my life were all Democrats.
See, but she loved George Bush and all that. She was a part of that. She would like anytime if the media said the pit bulls are killing people, she said, "Oh my God." If the media said Harry Potter's the devil, she said this Harry Potter. The media said Pokemon's this. I was like, oh, the media said some of anything at all. You know how back then the people really would fall into the media's programming back in those days.
If you see it on TV, it's the truth. We've all been brainwashed our entire lives. If it's on TV, it's the truth. You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
They grew up with somewhat true media. In a way. Somewhat like more direct media. Maybe they were lying back in like this early 50s to 60s, whenever they were giving news, but you know,
See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's got a story. You know what I mean? Some people just choose to laugh about it and keep fucking moving. Some people make it their whole fucking personality and refuse to do anything because they got an excuse. Oh, I was touched as a child, or this happened to me, or you know what I mean? My mom was mean to me or beat me. Like, big fucking deal. Get over it. Do fucking something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking victimhood, making that victimhood your personality is a bitch.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking special.
Yeah, their stories.
We could have been fucking born in Laos and step on a landmine when we're 6 years old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's millions and there are billions of people who have it worse than every single person.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody fucking special.
Exactly. Yeah, you think you got it bad, someone else has got it fucking. You know, it's crazy that kid who got his fucking shit blown up by that landmine would still grow up and be grateful and not use it and hold it as a crutch, even though, you know what I'm saying? Even though all this shit's fucked up, but he has every right in the world to, but even though he has the right to hold this shit that's gonna do nothing but hold you back, even though you have that, it's still, yeah, that's what's cruel about life in a way, is like, you do have you can, but if you do it too long, then you're just gonna be sitting there a sad dude with fucking one leg and shit. That's what I just got off of what you. I took out of your. Yeah. Yeah, just the way, and it's crazy. I feel like definitely the way things are nowadays is people are a lot more soft on their children compared to in the time, because you want to find the happy, but like we talked about something a minute ago, finding a medium between being a dumb, not being between being a retard, and then between being a fucking stoic, you know what I mean? Kind of like you got to try to keep your damn.
Stoicism has nothing to do with personality, though. You can be retarded and stoic at the same time. Stoicism just means being steadfast in the mission. It doesn't say anything about personality traits. It just
But
means
you know what I mean. I should say like an immaturity level versus a mature. Let me re-clarify. I apologize. Immaturity versus immaturity, kind of. The hell is that?
What up, y'all? I've been sitting on that one for a minute. That wasn't connected to Pilgrim. That the concept of stoicism.
Are you dropping a package
A lot
off?
of people think that it means.
All right, thank you. I'll come get it. Shit!
Nuance.
Shit!
Timmy. What are we talking about, people? I got 41% left on my battery.
My dogs.
Get you a shot caller.
Thank you, man.
Pilgrim's face is what
I got my boy. Boom, boom. My damn little.
going on?
Got this little another Dungeons and Dragons book, dude, for kids. I did check it to make sure it didn't have any homosexual propaganda in it, and we're clear.
Right.
With this kind of shit, you do have to check it, but it is
That's called being proactive right there.
yes. But we love this shit. Yeah. Excited to read that with the boy. My face is fuzzy. I trimmed down my mustache a little bit so I could kind of get my beard, but I got some damn. I don't connect, just don't connect. I got somewhere in my. I'm 32, and I just don't connect.
Sometimes it be that way.
Like I want to try to grow it longer, but it just. Let me go check these damn dogs. Get it! Oh yeah, what was you saying? As far as you was sharing some wisdom on stoicism.
No, I was not. I already said it.
Excellent. I believe any philosophy should all be nobody should follow just one philosophy. They should kind of pick pieces from different philosophies. You could follow all of one. You could follow the completeness of 2 or 3 philosophies. I feel like all at the same time.
Right.
But without necessarily, and that's kind of like what I do respect about the Buddha, as it were, is because his thing is saying, he tells people not to even worship him or look too much to him for too much wisdom. Because it's within you, your wisdom is in yourself.
But in the same sense, he also pushes gluttony and self-pleasure over the safety and concern of others.
And which version is that of him, though? Which version, though? There's that's what I'm saying. All these guys, that's what all these people have their versions of each other.
You got Skinny Buddha that preached self-control and discipline in his younger life, and in his older years, you got Fat Buddha, who preached gluttony is beneficial and enhances your life.
He's a little pervert.
Modern day Hinduism now, to where it's you create your own paradise on earth. So as long as you are getting some kind of reward from it, this plane of existence is your paradise. So even if you're hurting other people, if it brings you joy, you have created your paradise. Is what the root of it comes down to. There's no accountability.
I will have to do research into that. I believe it 100% though, because these people do not give a fuck about nobody but themselves.
Like I said, there's good and bad in everything, but that's what sucks about people talking about in general. Anybody who talks about faith and you're like, yeah, but finish the rest of that paragraph. You know what I mean? The context is important in the whole thing. You can't take a philosophy or a life lesson off of, you know what I mean, 2 sentences. You got to have the context of the whole thing. Otherwise, you're not learning anything about it, because you have to know the references, you have to know the situations, you know what I mean? Context matters.
That's why. I don't know. How close do you think with context? I hate that I'm kind of going back and forth on all this shit. Do you think that we're close to the end of the world yet, or what? How close do you think we are?
I think the doomsday clock is getting closer.
Are those scientists connected to what?
I still believe that the little hat people will eventually, sometime soon, hit the button and try to do some kind of tactical nuke. Because, I mean, realistically, they're pretty much spent on their armaments. We've already spent billions of dollars shooting down, $1,000 drones. Iran is not Afghanistan. You know what I mean? Iran has trained soldiers. They have ICBMs. They have an actual military. Yeah, we're blowing some shit up, but that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? The terrain in Iran is 1,000 times more difficult than it was in Afghanistan and all that other shit. So boots on the ground is going to be nearly impossible. On top of pretty decent military hardware, missiles, you know what I mean? All this other kind of shit. So eventually, and Iran makes everything in-house. You got to remember, how many countries was Iran funding and supplying with weapons and armaments over the last 30, 40 years? They make everything in-house. So you get these people who are dug in. Eventually, there's not going to be an option but to set off something extremely big, you know?
How capable do you think that they are? Because it's not even just that; they also have the internet. They're able to go for the cyber war thing as well. How capable do you think that they are? This is for chat too. Is of infiltrating, making a false flag attack against another country, making them think we're involved in it somehow. The United States.
I don't think they have any kind of influence over the interwebs or anything like that.
You don't think they got good hackers?
No, I don't think. You know what I mean? That's a long-term priority, and they're getting the shit bombed out of them right now. So you know what I mean. In my opinion, this is just the way I see it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. We're discourse. That's a discourse, dude. We hypothetically we're hypothetically hypothesizing on this shit.
and you got to think. I mean, let's keep it real. If we're being 1,000% real, on the hypotheticals and the probabilities, the month of Ramadan is still a primarily Muslim country that has been brought up with an ideology of big evil, little hats, America, that kind of thing. Even though these people hated the regime that was in there, that doesn't make them automatically like, oh, we love America. Yeah, a lot of them are, but a lot of them still are like, fuck America. We're not gonna, you know what I mean? Just because we hate you as much as we hated them. It's just, you know what I mean, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, I feel like after about like
support, but there's still a lot of people who are like, I don't like either one of you sons of.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why they had a revolution in the fucking first place to get rid of their king in the beginning. I think that like they're trying to help get the king's like grandson in power again, like the United States and Israel. That's what they want, is to get that guy back in. But it's like, yeah, their life was great, but I don't know. But so a handful of people were able to. I don't know. Just the whole Iranian Revolution shit don't necessarily make sense. That was CIA fucking inside job by our government.
That's what I'm thinking. The longer we're getting into it and the more I'm seeing about it, that's what it seems like. It was an attempted state-funded fucking coup. And it turns out that the vast majority of people are like, we don't like either fucking one of you. And we hate you. You know what I mean? We both fuck die for all we care.
And it could be a long game too, leading up to today. For the right now they have the Strait of Hormuz is. Other countries, I guess, this morning was finally saying, "Hey, we'll come and try to help make sure that place stays open for business still."
It's going to stay open for everybody except for America.
Yeah. These guys would not. They said that they would. That England, remember, England said they wouldn't house any of our airplanes or ships or anything.
That's why I say the 2030 agenda is still in full effect from everything that I've been catching glimpses of. I don't devote my whole day to the news, but I pay attention to it, man.
You don't think Gavin Newsom's going to save us?
Right. He might. You never know. But yeah, I think 2030 agenda is still in full effect. We've still got global issues coming. We've still got a a global conflict coming in some kind of way. In my lifetime, it's going to fucking happen. There's too many countries that have been taken over. The UK is talking about getting rid of the system they got over there. I've been smoking.
The eye in the sky shit.
No, the 700-year tradition of how they run their fucking parliament.
That's fucking disgraceful as a motherfucker to the ancestors.
I'll share the link to the video I watched on it the other day.
That's just disgraceful, dude. Parliament's a good. They made parliaments so that way the king couldn't have dudes wiping his ass no more and telling people whatever fucking their wives and shit. That was like the first time somebody did some shit like that in human history, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they're like kicking all the monarchy out of the parliament. One of those kind of things. Where
bunch of fucking no good sons of bitches. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know. For some reason, that's fucked up to me. Like, they shouldn't be disrespecting their damn king like that over there, whatever the fuck. Unless he is like keeps that like I don't know. It's different. Like, we don't have kings over here, but like people used to like love their king and they used to love God and they love their king. I know that's fucking sounds fucked up, but I don't know. That's it. What, they're gonna get rid of the king shit so they can put like Muslim shit in place of it? Fuck that. I'd rather keep the king shit.
What's fucked up is that King Charles has already promoted Islam, and he has helped a lot of churches, a lot of Catholic churches, devote an Islamic corner inside of Catholic churches. Y'all know me. That's fucking stupid. That is the stupidest fucking shit ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. They used to be like fucking chopping each other's heads off like 1,000 years ago. Now it's like, people, badasses used to go from England over there to the Holy Land and fuck shit up. And then now they're just letting them come by boats over there, like little motor boats, speed boats.
See, a lot of it, the main thing that pisses me off is that it is people who are proclaiming to be Christ-loving Christians doing the most evil shit and allowing the people who are claiming to be Muslims letting them invade the country. You know what I mean? So it's heretics on both sides.
And what's the craziest fucking thing about that is there's a third party, people claiming to be Jews fucking directing it all, but they're not really Jews.
It's fake Christians allowing fake Muslims to invade countries, all for the sake of power and communism and control. You know what I mean?
If all these religions are fake, dude, like, I mean, not fake, but if they're like using the people who like the fake people are in charge of it, because we established Christianity was already infiltrated. We established this in this episode.
Christianity and Islam to a certain extent, especially Judaism, has been infiltrated since fucking Babel.
And GTA 6. Even King Solomon.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, King Solomon, because he had like 700 wives and 300 concubines, and they were all
in King Solomon's own journals, he admitted that he had to direct Christianity to a point and give the appearance of Jesus to make it more acceptable for some of these other tribes to accept as any kind of savior. So he had, you know what I mean? All this other type of shit. Every religion has been tampered with because the easiest way to control somebody is to control what do they got faith in? You know what I mean? That's all it takes. A religious war is the most dangerous kind of war you can have because it's literally people fighting over fucking feelings. When you're fighting over feelings, you can be the most evil, nasty fucking shit on the planet.
The new crusades, because the new religion, like religion is about feelings and fighting over it, would be fighting over feelings. Like, now politics has kind of become like a lot of like. Back then, people talked about God all over the world, like all the time, their version of it, whatever. Now, people talk about their version of whatever the fuck they got going on with politics kind of being involved.
Right. Yeah. People have known this since the beginning of time. If you want to control the masses, make feel something, anger or love, it doesn't matter. It gets people fucking moving. But if you want to get violence, piss people off, get them. You know what I mean? Get them in their feelings. Get them to where the slightest questioning of what they believe would make them murder anybody just for questioning or making them question their belief. You know what I mean? It's dangerous.
Yeah. I don't like. I know that like. I don't feel that way about. Usually, the people that we don't get along with are the ones that feel that way. But we don't feel that way about them. I start feeling that way about them if they feel that way about me, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, fuck this motherfucker. But I tried to
like
peacefully 3 times.
I like some people that hate me, and I hate some people that like me. So it's
Mm. 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 No. I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like they've been wanting to go to war with Iran, like probably, I guess, for 40 years. But I remember them always talking about that shit my whole life, though, dude. My whole fucking life, and it just seems too perfect.
Iran had to go because it was the #1 state sponsor of terror on the fucking planet. You know what I mean? Between Syria, fucking Palestine, Afghanistan, Iran.
I mean, they're working with some money. Yeah. But who buys their oil, though? My question.
China.
China be buying it. China uses money.
I think it was China, India. A little bit goes to Cuba, and I think a little bit goes to some European country, but I can't fucking remember.
God damn. I was looking up researching how much gas costs over there in places like that. It's like we could fill up a whole tank for $2 over there at fucking one of them places. And Venezuela, it was like 13 cents a gallon, dude. Fucking in like Syria and like in shit like Saudi Arabia and fucking.
Well, gas is free over there. You just pull over and fill up.
Yeah, dude, they do kind of treat. They treat the men of their country really good over there.
Can you imagine how fucking badass America would be if gas was free? Just pull up and fill up, and then boom, go on about your business.
Dude,
that should be all the welfare fraud that they've discovered should go into a program like that. Free gas for Americans.
Think about this, Hutch. Let me throw this to you. China is using money that they made from manufacturing goods that for us to buy oil from Iran to use for China. So the money that they make off of us, they're using to buy oil to help fund their whole fucking. Over there in China, it's $11 a gallon.
See, that's the Middle East has a different type of oil than like we have over here in America. So it would take you'd have to refurbish some refineries to handle the type of oil that we have, as opposed to the type of oil that the global standard, which is pretty much desert oil. You know what I mean?
Man. I think that I think right now, I think everybody, the youth of the world is a bunch of nerds, but I do think that like we could still, I think our shit is still like badass compared to like the ones that they got in China and North Korea. They seem like autistic kind of like people, and you see some of the videos of their soldiers playing video games. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, they got like a whole like video game like generation of troops.
But they've got the numbers, so they don't need the super soldiers and the big fucking muscle bros. They're like fucking ants or bees. They what, 1 billion fucking people in China?
Yeah,
they could sacrifice about 300 or 400 million of those.
Yeah, they'd send in all the dumbasses so that way the badass guys can kind of wait back.
So if you looked at, I think at any given time, America has roughly 2 million active service members. You know what I mean? Throughout the entire army and all the branches, roughly 2 million, give or take, in a population of 350 million. If China fucked around and was like, fuck it, we're doing a draft, we're going full blown kamikaze style, they could literally draft the population of America to just be fucking kamikaze type shits. Like, do it for your country, go.
Mm.
Man. So
Uh,
they got numbers, regardless of what kind of technological advance we got. They're still a powerhouse.
but
I don't think they're a paper dragon. China wouldn't have lasted all these fucking generations, all these fucking millennia, if it was a paper dragon.
it's been different countries several times throughout its history, though. But it's always kind of been that same. It's about as big as the United States.
But they got the numbers though.
No, fucking pretty big place. I don't see
Same
them
thing with
breeding
India.
like that though.
India's got like a billion and some fucking change and shit. You know what I mean? That's too goddamn many. That's goddamn cockroaches.
There's got to be dwindling down at some point. I feel like 'cause there's like I feel like their populations are mostly dudes now.
That's what it does seem like.
Maybe that's nature.
I think it is. I think we're witnessing the real life collapse of a civilization through inbreeding, through fucking disease. You know, they're just kind of self eliminating themselves.
Right.
I
If a war
agree, they need to hurry that shit up.
they don't. I don't. If a war, it's crazy. Like we would think that India would be more tight with us versus a place like Pakistan, but is Pakistan more tight with us? I feel like than India is. It seems like.
Pakistan and India fucking hate each other,
Yeah.
but they're the same fucking people. That's right. I said it. Pakistan and India are the same fucking people. They're all retards. Pakistan just makes nicer towels. I'm just saying. All my towels made in Pakistan. It is what it is. Other than that, they're the same fucking people.
Have y'all ever seen this?
A couple times a year, them sons of bitches, they threaten to nuke each other, and it's just some giant inbred fucking battle. Like, I'm gonna press the button. No, I'm gonna press the button. Shut the fuck up. Press it.
This when you saw my Kansas City, I thought about this.
In a wide world of sports is going on here. I hired you people to try to get a little track lead, not to jump around like a bunch of Kansas City faggots.
You better watch out. That's what got me the strike the other day.
Oh, that.
Yeah, you cannot. Well, I mean, I think the context might matter, but yeah, I called somebody or something a bundle of sticks the other day. That's what got me my strike. I got put in jail for a week.
Oh my god, this is since that fucking world, dude. Like, I don't know. Unless somebody got into my face directly, I wouldn't be like tripping hard at anybody, you know, even if it was in the streets. Like, I feel like if somebody's like saying something to me from a distance as I was walking by them, at this point, I think I would just honestly keep going. I'd like, yeah, let me just get to my car. Like, what's the point of trying to fucking fight this dude, you know, or whatever the fuck? I don't know who the fuck this is. What's going on? I gotta go. And if he steps to me, it probably, you know, it's gonna be. I have no choice but to fucking defend myself. So.
Oh.
But you gotta think like that. I wonder, you know, you gotta think about places like some places like those countries in Africa, like Nigeria and Ghana, where they have like fucking a couple million, fucking like 100 fucking some odd million people living in one of those countries. Fuck.
That's what's crazy though, is
they ain't got shit.
I always said it, and a lot of people are like, that's retarded. But I think Africa is one of the most underutilized and abused continents on the fucking planet. It has some of the most beautiful landscape. It's got some beautiful fucking culture. The wildlife is fucking amazing. You know what I mean? It's at what point do we just be like, okay, we gotta clean this shit up for real. You can't have fucking people running around murdering children and you know what I mean, kidnapping school kids, brutalizing mothers and shit like this. I mean, just send in some. Let's go boots on the ground, like for real. I am a big fan of like let's fucking clean up Africa. It just it's retarded.
Yeah, like if it is the cradle of civilization as the transgender pro scientists claim, then we should be doing shit to fucking defend it and fight for it and make it a nice place.
All right. And it's I'm not opposed to colonization. I'm a war hawk. I'm okay with colonization. Or you know what I mean? There are some actual leaders over there in those African countries that have some fucking sense and are good fucking people. They're just not funded to fight a fucking revolution. You know what I mean? And that's how China's winning. Because you notice America is always sticking its fucking nose somewhere on the planet. We've always got soldiers somewhere. China doesn't go to war with anybody. China builds infrastructure in the countries that it's getting, you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to give you aid, then we're going to spend the money and give you what we think you deserve. Then they create and maintain the infrastructure. Therefore, that country is obligated to them forever. And China's got a peaceful relationship and perfect infrastructure inside, you know what I mean? Africa, I think, is going to be the battleground of WW3. Neutral location. Nobody gives a fuck if it gets blown up because nobody's gave a fuck about it for what 100 years. You know what I mean? So get out of here, Steph. Get.
I've heard that they do have. I heard that they've been using these African mercenary companies already in Eastern Europe, like in the battlefields of Ukraine and Russia. But yeah, it's 100%. They're gonna be fucking one of the main, like African mercenaries are gonna be like one of the main forces. They're gonna be as far as the ground forces go. A lot of them are gonna die, but they're gonna return back to Africa and fucking take over their different little what's left of their different little countries and shit.
Right. There are not too many brownie shit. There are not too many countries or continents that I feel bad for, but you know, I mean, Africa has literally been a battleground for every nation on the planet in some form or another. Maybe it's time we fix it up. There's a lot of resources there. I said I'm more of a landscape guy. I like the rainforests. You know, I'm kind of a hippie when it comes to animal preservation. So think of the wildlife, the poachers killing rhinos and shit. Like that's going to be gone in our lifetime. Elephants, all these things, gorillas. You know,
It'll be hunted to extinction.
Even if you don't give a fuck about the African people themselves, regardless of what they look like, you know what I mean? That wildlife and those forests.
And they do shit like make like fucking erectile medicine out of their bones from like a shit like a giraffe. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. They'll be eating shit. I've been seeing videos of them eating shit like they put it like a raw monkey inside of a water bucket and then just bite off of it.
Well, I feel the same way about South America too. I am. I am a hippie for real. I I like conservation of the rainforest and all that other shit. So I think South America is definitely another place. Cuba, or not Cuba, but fucking Brazil.
Do you think it'd be cool to find an uncontacted, like, imagine we found like an uncontacted tribe somewhere, and we made them believe that we were like their gods or something?
If
I
I
know
had Bill Gates money, I would damn sure do that.
that you'd have to go out there with some powerful magic for sure.
Yeah,
You'd have
true.
to.
Yeah. You were down there. Did you see any of that deforestation, or did you just?
I was by the coastline of the Pacific Ocean, so it was mostly a desert for a long time. But Peru is huge, though. It's the size of from Washington State to California at the bottom, I think. But I didn't really get to see too much. Most of what I saw was like in the deserts, like in the low Andes mountains. It was like deserty, and with the beach, it was like a black sand beach.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Chile was like they've kind of like there was a time whenever I think 3 or 4 countries tried to go to war with them, and then they beat back all 3 of the countries. They're kind of badasses down there. A lot of them don't like them down there because they're kind of like Warhawk. They've tried to conquer other countries too, but they wasn't able to.
I think that's the future for the United States of America, though, is that we're going to end up looking like South America or Africa or the Middle East,
Mm.
split up into a bunch of tiny little fucking countries.
I think we should do that, honestly, but I don't. I think that we should like. I don't know. The only that's like really. I don't want to like. Because it's like you're thinking. It's like damn. It's like the only way we can really like save this world and this country is to like. I'd like to. It's like how. But how would we kick these fucking people out? But I don't know.
That's why I am. I've always said it. Some cultures don't deserve to exist, and if somebody would just help them, help certain people, get rid of those cultures, then a lot of people would just fucking thrive.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what the conquistadors would do when Hernando Cortez came over to Mexico, and he would get the tribes that didn't like the Aztecs. He'd get them to come together and get them to eradicate because they're all the different tribes had different cultures in their own ways, and he would get them to come. He'd get them all together, and with his little couple hundred dudes, they would overthrow an entire empire that way by getting the different tribes with their cultural differences to, even though these guys at the end of the day are going to kind of fuck them over more than the Aztecs did. The Aztecs were still going around kidnapping the children and women and sacrificing them and things like that.
Right.
Like how the Democrat people are. It's like the Aztec priesthood lives on in the liberal Democrat Party.
To a certain extent. I think they're more pagan.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll never be as badass as the fucking Aztec priest were. But I will say, no, those are fucking. These guys are fucking. They follow on the Luciferian playbook, dude. Like, that's the whole. That's the ultimate thing throughout history. That's one of the ultimate cons is that they've convinced, like, they've started anti-Semitism, hatred against little hat people, and it was within the Luciferian elements within the little hat people themselves. If you look back in history, there are different times in the Kingdom of Israel, from a historical point of view, where they would follow different Canaanite gods like Ashraf and Baal and these different guys. And there was their kings, their royalty, their rich people, their aristocracy. And then so those families, these bloodlines survive until present day, and they're willing, and they were willing to make the regular Jewish people look evil to the world to take away views from them. And GTA
Well, you got to figure. An argument could be made that the Israelites were such awful people that God himself had to intervene to create a new religion from people so terrible. One of those kind of things. So it's like their entire foundation is based on you were a disappointment in God's eyes from the beginning. So we had to create something different and something better by introducing.
See,
You know what I mean?
they're the
Like
catalyst.
an argument.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. This is my. I know exactly what you mean. My interpretation is that they are a catalyst. Their bloodline. They are supposed to be a priesthood. It's not a whole thing where they've gotten the idea. Some of them think that they're superior to us Gentiles, but they're really supposed to be like priests to us and shit. They're supposed to be ministers, like a holy. They're like they. I really believe they're a holy race of people, like Jedi or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They're like they are like a special like species on this earth. I feel like from God. I like just based on what I've researched, but there is an evil element within them that is not them themselves, like I said, they are priests to us Gentiles, because Jesus, that line, their whole the kingdom of Israel, the rise and fall of all these people, from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, to all the kingdom, from the judges to the kings, all this is like, it's also, I feel like the code, basic instructions. How does it go? Basic instructions before leaving everything, right?
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
I got to get my charger. I'll be right back.
And so you see all these people, we in our everyday lives, we have good times and we have bad times. We have times where we're doing good, and then we have times where we're making bad choices. And that's pretty much the story of the kingdom of Israel in the ancient Hebrews. But no, it's still they're the catalyst, and they are. I don't know, how would you describe? They're like a special. I don't know what the term is for. Let me look. A term for a ethnic group that is religiously affiliated.
Boom. I am officially charging. Show y'all a goddamn American sunset.
Oh, it's an ethno-religious group. There's other people like them too. They're not them, but there's Yazidis and there's Copts, where like their religion is their fucking race. Interesting.
And that's the thing too, is every religion has many denominations, many different fucking belief systems. One little change of thought changes the entire direction of a denomination. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's sad because there could be little things that happen from this stuff, but at the end of the day, all this shit was created by like old perverts thousands of years ago.
I think all three are necessary, but the fact that they can be manipulated kind of gives it a purpose, and it kind of shows, okay, do you believe in this enough to actually investigate and practice what you say you believe, or do you just listen to the first person to convince you of something that makes you feel good? One of those kind of things. It allows for choice, and it allows you to be responsible for spotting your own heretics, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like anybody that believes, like, let's say somebody believes that anybody. Hey, remember when I told you how that dude I know, he said he believes that all quote unquote national. I don't want to say all. Remember he said all certain kinds of people need to die. You know what I'm saying? Because of their political beliefs, but he didn't never clarify on any of it. I'm like, but what makes that? What does that mean?
Right.
Because some dumbass that believes in some retarded shit told you that you fucking are gonna believe it now. Like sucks.
That's why I say I think all three are necessary. I believe that it's possible that all religions since the beginning of time have existed, and you know what I mean. Otherwise, why would everybody have to pull from them? I think the most self-reliant time in human existence has been when people were not introduced to organized religion, and they regardless of how they saw it, when they appreciated nature and the bounty, that kind of thing, regardless of how they saw it. I think that's when humankind was at its best. Fight for survival, get shit done, build family groups. You know. But I think all three are necessary. All the Abrahamic religions. I'm an Old Testament guy, and that's the foundation of all three. So everything comes in threes. The universe works that way. I think all three are necessary because all three represent a different human emotion. Islam would be your war and your brutal retribution, I guess, would be a way. Christianity would be more of your forgiveness and guidance kind of thing. And Judaism could be more of your logic kind of, you know what I mean?
Control.
How you can loophole things and kind of maneuver through, you know what I mean? That makes sense. But
they're very about
three,
the law.
but see, that's the thing is all three have some good shit, and all three have some things that people could be like, "Oh, that's bad, that's evil." You know what I mean? So it's everything's got good and bad in it. But I think all three are necessary because it represents the person themselves. That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, dude. And not even just like they all three are perfect. That we need all three of them because, like the different, like I know that they want to convert everybody in the world to each religion, but it's like that's just not compatible to other places outside of the regions that they exist at today.
Right.
You know, I mean, you could put Christianity over there, but
I don't know if it would be this, but it kind of like mind, body, and spirit. Jews would be the mind, Islam would be the body, Christianity would be the spirit. You know what I mean? Like just different levels, that kind of shit.
yeah, it's. Now you
Squirrel.
got me thinking. I'm squirrel because it's like that's what it's hard to say. You know, it's hard to be like you just got to believe in something. You know, how can you tell somebody to just you just got to trust it.
Right.
just trust that. Just trust it. You know.
Because I mean, if you the Old Testament is the foundation of all three. The Old Testament says that the children of Abraham who deserve to enter paradise will deserve to enter paradise. He didn't say the the sons of Abraham who are Christians or the sons of Abraham who are Jews or you know what I mean. He said the sons of Abraham. Many tribes will come together, and he even referenced three different generations of the sons of Abraham, all being allowed onto the land of milk and honey. So even in the Old Testament, it referred to three different offshoots of his lineage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as he was gonna have a. Yeah, see it. Man. And those Old Testament, the Old Testament days were fucking brutal, dude. They were fucking.
That's what it had to be. And the Old Test that's the thing is the Old Testament can't be corrupted. Everybody's like, okay, that's the word of God. You know what I mean? These are the finite rules. 10 commandments, these are the punishments, these are the penalties, everything. Innovation came when you know what I mean? I'm having a blank. The Bible came. You know what I mean? The New Testament came, and then the Quran came, and then the what's the Little Hat People book? You know what I mean? That's when innovation was introduced because they all split. The Old Testament is where it all started. So why not go to the fucking source? You know, I think
The
anything
thing,
after that, it's important, but it's written by man.
the thing with Christianity and Islam, I've
No, not
noticed
the
though.
Torah. The Old Testament itself is the Torah.
You think about the Kabbalah or some shit. I think the shit that they use for witchcraft now, that Madonna
Talmud,
is
is that what it's
into,
called? The
is the
Talmud?
Talmud.
Talmud. There you go. Yeah, Talmud is
The Torah
the
is like their main book. I think
the
the
Torah is the
books of
main book for
Moses.
everything. The Torah
Yeah,
is the first 4 books in the Old Testament.
the ones that Moses wrote,
Yeah.
according to the official story. According to the official story. But that's like the hadiths and the Quran and the other shits. There's only does the Bible have continuums like that with it? Companion books like how these other things do?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because everybody I've met is pretty much the Bible is the end all be all. You know what I
That's
mean?
the only thing. Like everything, and I was reading something recently. That caught my interest, and I was saying shit like behemoth or leviathan could be like leftover prehistoric animals, like leftover mega mammals.
Yeah. Ethiopian Bible. See, that's the one thing that's always confused me about religion is even as a small child, because you know what I mean. I was raised Southern Baptist. I've been baptized like 3 fucking times. You know what I mean? Like, woo, I get to get in the swimming pool in front of everybody. Woohoo, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get celebrated. Give me some fucking cake and ice cream. You know, that type of shit. And I've come across so many fucking versions. You know, even before I went to jail, like I said, I was hanging out with the lesbians. So I was selling a lot of products to that kind of crowd. You know what I mean? And I've been to a gay church where I've seen a gay version of the Bible in the fucking 90s. You know what I
Oh
mean?
Lord.
So it was always kind of like, eh, if the Old Testament was so great, then why did we have to have the sequel? Why don't we just keep following the Old Testament? You know what I mean?
Because the New Testament's supposed to be open, where Jesus came in, and according to the story and the belief, is where Jesus comes in, is to open up that connection that really before the Jews, you had to go through you either had to be born a Jew or you had to go through some kind of like rigid ceremonial process in order to join their. But then, with Jesus coming into play, whereas he was God manifested, God incarnated as a human being to come down to earth to be able to put himself amongst people. Um, he I'm going squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, because this is a very complicated thing to talk about. Because he is still God and Jesus at the same time, which is fucking kind of mind-boggling. But I believe
But
it
see
100%.
that is a Trinity that was created in the New Testament. You know what I mean? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. So it's still a reference to three. Even I've seen some people make the argument that itself is a rabbit hole where they
And
try
so
to cover things up, but they left the fact that three is
dude,
everything revolves around three.
before the Trinity, the Holy Ghost, before all that, though, before like people, whenever it was mainly like a pagan world, a fucking polytheistic world, like they really didn't give it, like people did, it was more, people started caring more about like sick and dying people whenever like the religions, I believe, like Islam and Christianity came about in existence.
Right.
But before Jesus, the only people that technically could go to heaven were Jews. But I don't know if they even believe in some kind of heaven. So yeah, what about stuff? That's There was not. I don't really think Jesus. They don't mention heaven. I'm not sure in the Old Testament like that.
See, that was the argument that I had with a lot of people when I was doing my searching, bouncing around, and I tried to talk to a couple people about that. I was like, so what about all the people? Did they get grandfathered into heaven because they had the innocence of a child kind of thing? For they not know, or is it, how the fuck does that work? And it was always I always got the Earth is only 6,000 years old, so there wasn't that many people. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't buy that shit. I believe in dinosaurs, dude. It's you know what I mean?
Because it's like, what about
So
the ancient Greeks? What about all those guys?
yeah. So I always kind of was like, a lot of these timelines kind of they just don't add up for me, like a lot of that shit. But see, I believe the miracles of the Old Testament. I believe the miracles of Jesus and the miracles in the New Testament, turning water to wine. I believe that magic and witchcraft and dark magic, all that was a real thing, and has been a real thing for the beginning of humankind and beyond. You know what I mean? I believe all that shit. I think all that was true.
Yeah, 100%. No offense to ladies either, but I've been doing research on that, and the women have a deeper connection to that kind of shit than dudes do. Dudes can be pieces of shit. I'm not saying that women are whatever, but women do have a natural connection to occult and fucking dark shit, like witch shit more. And witches are more open now. Like witches used to be. Remember, I mean, they're like not real witch. Some of the they're like energy, like vampire witches now, but back in the day, women they'd have to hide being a witch, or they'd have to be careful what they did because they didn't want to be called a witch. You know what I'm talking about? Now they're all proud of, I'm a witch. They're walking around all these fat bitches talking about, I'm a witch. They're fucking they're fucking short bobbed haircuts.
Right.
You know, and as at one point in time they were, I don't know. It's just weird.
I think as religion was perverted, all the secrets of magic and whatever it may have been, I mean, chemistry, magic, telepathy, you know what I mean? I think all those secrets were hidden away from us.
See, I think it's magic is also not it could be connected with like your ability to interact with people and speak with people and your intuition, as she was saying. Gma pointed out, it's like I believe that it's like it's kind of like this. What was going on? I don't think you hear any situation. I don't want to sound sexist.
I wouldn't really say intuition would be stronger, because
in the Garden of Eden, what was Adam doing? He was talking to God, right? But what was Eve doing? Talking to the snake, being what? What you just said. Manipulated. Easily manipulated
through feelings.
Yes. Adam said, wait right here, Eve. I got to talk to God real quick. If you notice, I don't think God ever talked to Eve. He only talked to Adam because that was men business going on.
Right.
And Eve didn't want to wait. She didn't wait. She went and got the sheep.
Right. I'm just saying.
Holy shit.
Because Adam left her alone because he was out doing man shit below.
That's kind of, I don't want to sound sacrilegious. It's kind of funny thing. God, he's like, listen, this is bros only. He's got to stay there.
Adam's out doing man shit, building things, establishing what men establish when they're the first and only person on the fucking planet, She's supposed to be like they're gathering roots and shit, getting ready to make a fucking salad because the man's hungry. But no, she wants to go all fucking squirrel and start playing with fucking lizards and shit.
Yes.
Repeal the 19th.
That snake's there telling her, he's like, follow me. Let me ask you this. You know how they say Nephilim are created from the angels mating with human women back in ancient days? Do you think whenever Eve was running around naked in the garden, do you think there were ever any times that the angels were ever looked at her? Any of the fallen angels lusted after her during that period of time?
Probably.
Oh my
She should have been with him. No, separate jobs. Clinging all over the man while he's out doing man shit. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
He was out
Come
there
on,
doing something
man.
with God. Like he's out there hanging out with God himself. Like he's out there, you know.
You can't be hanging out with him while he's talking to the fucking creator. Come
He's
on.
like,
Like make a salad and some tea, lady. God's coming over, lady, or later. You know what I mean? Clean this shit up a little bit. But no. Yeah, Adam did turn into kind of simp. But if you're in other chapters of the Bible believer, Eve was technically the home wrecker, right? She was the second wife. Is that, you know what I mean? If you want to go down that rabbit hole. So technically she was like the younger version that was just like stupid. It was like, look at me all the time. You know what I mean?
damn it, Neverete, you making fucking a damn good point. Oh my fucking god. If I would have been Adam in that situation, I would have probably started cussing her out, tripping. You would have think back. the first man to ever exist was easily manipulated, and the first woman to exist was also easily manipulated. The
I don't know
woman
what
was amazing.
Lilith, is that the name Lilith?
I was Lilith,
Was
they say.
what's the story of Lilith? Was she easily manipulated, or was she like, this dude is kind of a bitch?
It was that, yes. But their argument was because of the sex position shit. All these old religious shit are all very weird sexual stories. It was because she wanted to be the one on top, but Adam was saying, no, that's not how this works. And then she just left. Adam said, God, I do not like this thing that you gave me. Because Lilith was made out of, I think, dirt as well, whereas Eve was made from the man's rib.
So like the first attempt at creating woman
To make
was a
her
little
equal.
bit too masculine. Second attempt was like, let's make this bitch a little bit more ditzy and feminine.
All
he was
bull
like-
daggers come from Lilith.
Right. That makes sense. All ditzy chicks come from Eve. All auto mechanics come from Lilith. Right.
She isn't.
Bitches.
Dude, that could be a fucking hilarious musical right there. That I don't want to fucking go to hell, but oh my god, like we could do like a. Oh my god, we're gonna have to clip this. We're gonna remember these ideas and go over that together. And several.
I'm just
ideas.
saying, if you break everything down to its simplest term, add in all the rabbit holes, all the books that could have been or have been taken out, you know what I mean? Then a narrative was pushed during the propaganda phase. So it's kind of like, what do you believe? Do you believe in Nephilim, or do you believe that, Jesus was the end all be all? There's nothing else, nothing more than 6,000 years old.
Yeah,
This one,
that's
it. You know what I mean? All of it's weird.
That's what turns a lot of people off of Christianity and the organized church, because a lot of the church they don't want to look, they don't like, they look at talking like Nephilim and all that shit's like Satan talk and shit or some kind of shit. They only want to like help fund Israel to help bring about the apocalypse quicker so they can get raptured up. That's the end goal of the American church today.
That's why I said I can't take a lot of that shit seriously, because a lot of people don't believe what they say they believe. They just inherited it. Because it's I said it a couple years ago to somebody on the interwebs here, and it was like, why are you defending something that is an 11th edition hand-me-down book? Like, if this is your everlasting soul, you believe so much, why not go to the source? If you know that there's a book that originated all of it, why would you not read that instead of this one? It's, oh, but it's a foreign language. Okay, it's your everlasting soul. Eternity. Take 6 months and learn how to fucking read that language. You know what I mean? Like one of those kind of things. Like, how serious is your faith? Or is it just nice to throw up as some kind of fucking shield? You know?
People don't want to. People ain't, unless this shit's really easy, people ain't serious about it. Lilith first appears in Mesopotamian mythology as a class of female demons called Lilitu, associated with the night storms and the harming of infants and pregnant women. Her name is linked to the Hebrew word Lilith in 34:14 Isaiah. She's described as a nocturnal creature. In Jewish folklore, Lilith, particularly, it's called the Alphabet of Sirach and other rabbinic texts, so different little Jewish books. She's described as Adam's first wife, created from the same clay as Adam, unlike Eve, who was made from Adam's rib. She refused to be subservient to Adam, a certain equality, and left the Garden of Eden. 3 angels attempted to compel her return, but she resisted, claiming power over newborn children and asserting her independence. Her disobedience led to her transformation into a demoness, often associated with seduction and the harming of infants. So 3 angels tried to get her to come back, Hutch.
So Lilith is responsible for all the dirty whores on OnlyFans nowadays, and for all the black magic in the witchcraft that has evolved since. Whoa, that's
She's the mother of abortion and all that shit too. It sounds like she hates children. Like, you heard that? She was sounding like a mean bitch, didn't she?
Lilith's offspring is the woman that is referred to in the "It's better to live in the desert than with a nagging, scornful woman." That would be the offspring of Lilith, while the offspring of Eve are like the Stepford wife kind of. Fall in line, make a fucking sandwich.
I'd rather have one of the Eves. You remember whenever Cain got banished, whenever he got struck and cursed, and he asked God, he said, "What's going to protect me from these other people out there? What if these other people out there were the descendants from Lilith?" He's like, "What about all these bulldaggers and crazy bitches out there?"
Right. I mean, that's how you end up with Babylon and fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. The mindset had to start from somewhere, because see, that's one of the things too, because like, why would they erase that from the history and just make it to where it's like, oh, it's this peaceful, lie to make everybody believe that this is the world that there is? But it was like, no, evil had to be created too. One of those kind of things. Because if everything came from Adam and Eve, then it's kind of like, you know what I mean? There's always has to be something more. There's always something.
So there could be demon spawn fucking descendant people who are, that makes sense, because there do seem like, does it not seem like there are people that aren't like human like us the same way? Not like us, but you know what I mean? It's like there's some fucking orcs out there, dude. There's some the horde is out there. It's real. It's fucking straight monstrous looking. Like, can you imagine a million of these bastards running at you like,
right? So did Lilith have children with Adam? Did they
look at more of
his
the
baby mama, or just his ex?
Let me see. I'm gonna looking it up real quick.
I'm thinking if Lilith was pretty much the invention of a debaucherous horse, she probably
has all
got
kinds of stories about her.
Right? I mean, if you're the first of your kind, if she created demons, she might have had, relations with demons and had little demon offspring.
Or with animals too.
Yeah.
She could have been. That's where Baphomet, all these animal-headed deities come from, Egyptians and all these people.
Because I mean, you think of the most nasty, disgusting fucking thing you can think of right now, and that is nothing compared to what the originator of debauchery would do. You know what I mean?
It said that according to Jewish mysticism, she did not have children with Adam. However, she is said to have had children known as Lilin or Lilith's brood, which are considered demon offspring rather than human children.
Mhm.
Some sources suggest that Lilith bore Adam a number of children who became demons. Man, I've never really looked into this shit. Let me see. First in the Jewish, it's called the Alphabet of Ben Sira. It was when it was first mentioned. Who would have had children with her, though, is my question.
Lilith and Cain, they found each other outside the garden. Maybe that is possible. If she's the queen of debauchery, then inbreeding would have had to started somewhere. So if he was banished for killing his brother, she would be there to comfort him and corrupt him even further and make it that much more. So she could have some technical inbred babies that might offend some people, but it is a possibility.
The Google don't know shit about God. It says in biblical narrative, Cain is said to have married Eve. The first, I mean, not that was his fucking mom. The fuck?
And see, that's the problem too. Is a lot of people are going off AI scripture and
The
just
fuck?
asking Google and shit. And AI is anti-religion and is wrong a vast majority of the time. So people are going off of just straight lies
See, we had to
and believe.
like buy the alphabet of fucking Ben Hur.
Yeah.
To like buy the actual book itself. Fuck, you're right, dude. How many people do you think? That's like, did you hear about the story of the people? The woman she got sentenced, I think, to it's at 6 years in prison. They let her out though because the AI facial recognition thing caught her. Even though she's the wrong person, the cops still trusted the AI.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
The fuck?
I think I shared a link to that a while back. It's like I don't trust none of that fucking shit.
Lazy bastards, ain't they?
There's no way to get 100% success rate on that shit. So there's no point in making it in charge of literally people's fucking lives and freedom. That's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. Imagine this: they put a damn computer like they're coming out with a movie about it. They made one like it a few years back, but it was involved a psychic person. But instead, now it's a computer. So imagine that the supercomputer, as predicts, it can look at somebody's school file. It can pull up your school files, all your whenever you're a little kid going to the doctor, all your life. Say ding ding ding.
Right.
Okay, this person most likely could commit this crime at this time based on their life story. That sounds fucking terrible, dude. I think that's
Let's just say
honestly the thing
the
coming.
religion changes so much. We're literally witnessing the birth of religion right now. We're seeing the exact same thing as the Romans when they witnessed Christianity turning into a global phenomenon. It's just technology and AI. There's already a church that worships AI and thinks that it is it's the evolution of man, that kind of shit. A couple 100,000 people that fucking subscribe to that shit. That's what we're witnessing. The more technologically advanced we get, the stupider we get as a species and more fascinated we get with apps. There's no point of needing a God when everything that you ever want can be sent to you with a press of a fucking button. Don't have to get up. Don't have to go anywhere. You know what I mean? You don't need God when your life's fucking easy.
You can
Easiest
like
way
take
to
a
kill
picture of
religion.
something.
So the easiest way to kill a religion is to introduce comfort and luxury. Nobody needs God when they got a pocket full of cash.
Yeah, but I feel like if you take all this shit away from everybody, like all the money and all that shit, if, like we really got down and dirty, I think everybody be like, "Oh God, God, please, God." You know what I mean? If we lost all this comfort and all this shit, we'd go back to God again.
As I say, every book, every religion on the planet tells you that you find paradise through some kind of suffering, hard work, adversity, and that is the only way you will ever ascend to heaven is through, you know, those hard experiences. That's what brings you to God. Every book tells you to stay away from luxury, but yet everybody in a first world country is choosing luxury as their religion, but still wearing crosses, doing OnlyFans. You know what I mean? It's
Oh my God. Yeah, the no shame. I don't know who's worse, the people doing the OnlyFans or the people paying for the OnlyFans.
they're they're both equally responsible. Say everything is free will. You know what I mean? If a person's out there selling them their, if somebody's selling their sexuality, they're selling their soul. That's their punishment. You know what I mean? That is their own issue. If somebody wants to sell their soul by buying sexuality, that's you know what I mean. That's their punishment to deal with. It's one of those kind of
Fuck.
things. It's all about choice and free will. Yeah, this person can be a deviant and a whore and a fucking demon, but you don't have to follow them. You know what I mean?
Fuck, they're getting that. They're getting the other person's money. You're losing money and they're getting money.
Yeah. It is 50-50 blame on that one because you don't have to be a consumer.
God damn, dude. I know the Oscars are like retarded shit. Speaking of consumerism, I know all that shit's are. But I did keep up a little bit of some of the pop culture shit going on. I did not watch. I watched some clips of it. They had two movies that I watched. Sinners was an okay movie. It didn't deserve to win any of them Oscars. There was a couple good movies I thought could have. Begonia was actually a good movie. I think it deserved to have gotten some kind of reward.
I can still hear you. I'm just moving the chair around.
But yeah, Sinners. This other movie, Leonardo DiCaprio. The movie is called One Battle After Another. That was a fucking dumbass movie. It was
Leo?
yeah, with Leo in it. It was like a satire of politics. But it's still retarded. It kept on happening. I've never seen so many close-ups of fucking Leo's face like that. It just kept on going to his face. Like even when other people were talking, there'd be someone else talking and get a close-up on his face.
I heard that thing was like pro Antifa propaganda kind of shit.
That is what it seemed like. It was satire at points, but then there are other points, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that one, of course, it had to win a lot of awards, but that movie and Sinners were it's funny, like they're the two most hyped up movies, and they were like honestly not really worth a fuck. I feel like, I mean, Sinners was okay. I wasn't able to finish the One Battle After Another, so that tells you anything about that. I think Begonia. I think the Frankenstein movie. I don't know if it won anything already. Nosferatu.
I doubt it. That one I would be interested in seeing the Frankenstein movie.
Oh, you said it's great.
I like the
great.
retarded shit. I don't. You know what I mean?
But this one's not retarded though. This one's more. I mean, it is because it's like that, but it's like the acting is great. Like everything, it's like man, is this the monster or is this fucking soul in this motherfucker? Like,
I'm looking forward to He-Man and Warhammer.
yes, dude. But Highlander's coming out. He's got to finish Highlander first. He's got to do. He's done with Highlander, I think. Then he's got one more project, and he's putting Highlander. He's gonna do Warhammer completely. He's gonna focus. He's gonna lock into Warhammer. But yeah. Highlander's gonna be dope. He-Man's gonna be fucking. He-Man's gonna be badass, dude. I grew up on some He-Man. We all did.
God of
Who
War.
didn't? Your twin brother's gonna be in there.
Right? I'm a fan.
Yeah, it should be. There are people who were upset about it because it didn't have the voice actor in it. But it's like, dude, voice
I
actor's
think
a
he
black
matches perfectly to the first one.
Mm-hmm. And the guy from Stargate SG-1, I love him, but I don't think he would have been good as Kratos. You know, Tilk. Yeah, Tilk. He's got to stay in his lane. That's gonna be a good movie. Have you seen the trailers for Highlander, Hutch?
I've seen one or two a couple weeks ago. It looks pretty fucking sweet.
It fucking looks badass. Like, yeah, they're doing a lot of shit they couldn't have done back in the 80s. Like, you know, I love the Highlander show back in the day too. The 90s, remember that one?
Yeah. It looks like there's a small push to try to bring back good, just kind of just fucking movies, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Even though it is just some remade bullshit, it seems like there's decent people behind it that's going to actually make it worth being remade. Not the same shit we've seen over the last 15 years.
They're remaking Animal Farm. I'm anxious to see the story, what that's going to be like.
They switched it up. That one's it's full fucking propaganda.
I heard it, but then I was looking in. I'm just gonna have to watch it. I do believe it could be, but I don't know. I heard for the people themselves that it still has the anti-communist theme to it and all this shit, but I don't know. I just had to see it.
Somebody needs to fucking remake 1984. There is so much potential to make that a fucking badass. Mel Gibson needs to do 1984.
He's working.
Tweet Mel Gibson and tell him to make 1984.
He could use. He's working on a Siege of Malta TV series right now, dude.
He's doing a Passion of the Christ 2, and he's doing Lethal Weapon 6.
Oh my fucking god, he's gonna be badass. Danny Glover's got to be at least 90 years old.
Fuck Danny Glover, that liberal piece of shit.
He a little liberal. He turned his back on Mel.
No, I think they're still friend kind of things, but he's a liberal piece of shit.
Little Trump hater. The new 1984. Who do you? I think that the guy name was Winston in that book, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I do believe so. Yes.
Who would be a good Winston actor? We could get Timothy Chalamet, dude. He walked out of the damn Oscar.
I would get the dude who played. Who's the dude who played Khan in the new Star Trek?
Oh, he'd be perfect. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name. It's not Michael Fassbender. He plays Doctor Who.
Yeah, he's got that forename. The guy who plays Doctor Who, yeah.
Not Doctor Who, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, yeah. He would be perfect for that.
Yeah, he would. That whole world is set up in a way like we're almost close to, I feel like, in the way where the governments, they act like they're enemies, where one week they'll be at war with this country, then the next week they'll forget that there is at war with that country. Last week they'll be at war with the country they were fucking friends with.
Benjamin Cumberbund.
It is Benjamin, isn't it? I'd hate that last name. Cumberbund.
Cumberbatch.
He's badass.
Either him or the dude who played Peaky Blinders.
I would honestly, I'd go for the Peaky Blinders guy. I haven't seen I have seen Benedict in some dramas though. I've seen him a couple of dramas that were good.
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's his name, not Benjamin.
I've seen him in a couple. He's in 12 Years a Slave.
Who? The Peaky Blinders guy?
No. Benedict guy was.
Oh.
Yeah, and like that movie, honestly, did kind of bring a tear to my eyes, though, for sure. That was based off of somebody's story. Adrian Brody, he'd be good at it too.
Adrian Brody, I think he's too fucking. I think he's too aged out. He's, you know what I mean. He could
We want a
probably do
British
it,
guy.
but you know what I mean. I wouldn't. He wouldn't be my. He wouldn't be in my top 10. I was thinking about him a minute ago, but
We need an Englishman.
I don't think he has the temperament to do it. I think he would play it too soft. Does that make sense?
That's why I think the Peaky Blinders guy would be really good for it because I feel like he'd be able to get into it.
Yeah, because he was fucking Scarecrow in the new Batman's. Fucking killed it. I've been a fan ever since. I think that dude's
I
fucking
forgot
gangster.
that. Mhm. What else was he in? 28 years later. I was kind of disappointed in that 28 years later part 2, whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of that. It was too kind of foreign looking, grainy. You know what I mean? I didn't like the way it was shot. The lighting, it was just weird.
Yeah, and this new one was definitely kind of. I don't know, I like that of this rage virus deal, but they, as far as the graininess goes, but the new movie was very weird movie, very weird movie.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders is the shit.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips of it of him throwing down.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. That is one thing that y'all know. I don't care too much about TV, but that's worth binge watching. That thing is shit.
I'm gonna check it out right now. I'm sad as fuck, dude. I gotta tell you, you know how I've been keeping up with Star Trek a little bit, that new series. I haven't been watching it. I haven't been watching, reading articles on it. But remember the transgender Klingon?
Right? Yeah.
He finally went on his first gay date recently on the show. They need to fucking nuke that writing studio in GTA 6. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that shit makes me not want to like Star Trek. I mean, I'll always like the old stuff.
That's what's crazy too, is because Trekkies used to be loyal and fucking violent. Now they're just letting fucking homosexual Klingons fucking hang around and shit. It's weird. It's a weird time.
Yeah, same thing with D&D, dude. D&D has gotten fucking homosexualized like a motherfucker. Like, D&D is like, even like the what used to be bad race, they got rid of half elves. First of all, they don't want no half shit. As one of the, they got rid of that. But what used to be like orcs and goblins being evil, and the drow elves being evil people, they got rid of that. Yeah, they got rid of that. No, it's not. It's a transgender Klingon.
Gay.
Which is still gay. But I feel like that's more gay than like, that's more gay than gay.
Yeah, there's gay, and then there's super gay. And that's
They and Klingon. If he was on Klingon, they'd call him it. Let me see. In their language. Klingon. Let me see. The only people that kind of watch this shit are like people like me that are
weird,
you know, chill and like cool shit, you know, and then also like old like gay liberal motherfuckers, you know, like dumbasses and shit. There's
Nana,
like two.
you are holding your TV, ma'am. Cell phones are no longer cell phones, because how many people actually use their phone to communicate with other people? Hardly anybody. This is your television. I shared a post the other day that people need to and that kind of shit. Like, we got to stop calling this a cell phone, because that's literally the least thing used on this device. We have to evolve with the technology. That's why we're so retarded, is because we're still like, oh, it's just a phone. But you ain't called nobody in 6 fucking months, so how is it a phone? You know what I mean? One of those kind of things. We need to hurry up and evolve as this shit evolves, because it's making us all fucking retarded.
We need to be able to make it more like an assistant, more like not something that runs our lives, not something that controls us. what up, Anthony? Not something that like tells but something that we have control over and something that could assist us with our everyday lives, but not necessarily like any tool, but
I
not like
think it's
using.
and there needs to be some kind of legislation that slows down the evolution of technology to a certain point. That way, it gives the culture time to adapt to figure out the harms and the benefits of having it, and if it's even worth having it. So right now, everything changes every 6 fucking months. You get new apps, you get new updates. I mean, it's impossible to keep up with. AI is getting better every day. Look what AI looked like 6 months ago. Retarded shit. Now you can literally put every movie character together in the same movie, and you're like, oh shit, that's fucking real. You know what I mean? The human is not capable of, of, of keeping up with how fast technology is moving. So there needs to be a cap on how
We need
quick
to be able to
people.
evolve faster than this shit.
Uh,
Sorry.
oh, you're good.
God. Like, what
Nev's
do you
got one
think?
of them phones that fucking that reads to her. Hey, Grandma, I played baseball today. Those commercials. That's what Nev's got.
Probably one of them big ass giant phones. So you kind of look out like
No,
pull
Gmail Nana's got the jitterbug phone. Nev's got the one that talks to her.
it.
Spells it out.
Scrolling through my shit.
What are we looking at up here? What you got on
Oh, this is why Star Trek Academy. Why Star Trek Starfleet Academy turned Klingons into polyamorous refugees. The show's latest episode redefines what it means to be a Klingon warrior. Klingons are one of the most iconic species in Star Trek, of course. Attract an usually dedicated fan base, admire their complex culture, and even learn their language. Yeah, so in this episode, it says, let me see. The Klingon Empire is portrayed as a fierce adversary to the Federation of Planets. Let me see.
Their
The planet was destroyed back in the day.
The whole point of that is to kill the masculinity. Klingons are literally the most testosterone-driven, badass motherfuckers in the Star Trek universe. You know what I mean? So much so that little nerdy dudes who care more about space shit than they do like Rambo types. They learn Klingon. You know what I mean? Like
Little space dudes. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying, though.
I
Like
know
that
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. And then they get their whole shit fucked up and they got shit like this happen that turns them like confused and psycho. Their whole life they thought Klingon was a badass. Now they think Klingon means they gotta cut their Johnson off.
Well, it's the same thing. Like you were talking about the Dungeons and Dragons type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're starting to introduce that homosexual shit. That's because they know their audience. It's most people have moved on to like Warhammer and like there's a 1,000 other fucking games. It kind of seems like the last people hanging on to Dungeons. Not all of them, but a big chunk of them are the neck beard having sons of bitches. You know what I mean? The anime loving freaks, just the little perfect fat deviant sick fucks. You know what I mean? So it's easy to introduce homosexuality to people who, you know what I mean?
But hey, they ain't getting no poontang anyway, so fucking of course they're gonna be. That's my theory. In GTA 6, I think people do homosexual shit because they can't get they're too fucking perverted and weird, so a chick doesn't want to talk to them, so they just become gay.
Right. Well, that's like they say, like these OnlyFans chicks. Whenever people are paying to sex talk with these chicks that they think they're talking to, it's literally frat dudes sitting there on the keyboard having, you know what I mean? And It's
Those
like
guys,
it is a well-known thing now that people don't even care anymore. They're like, "Oh, the fantasy is that it's a woman, so it doesn't matter that it's a dude talking to me like this."
gay.
Like they accept that kind of shit because it's the internet. It's not real. It doesn't matter if it's a dude that's getting me off as long as the dude says that it's a girl because it's the internet. It's a girl. You know what I mean? That's the problem with this younger generation.
Well, they've been desensitized by shit like Jackass and other shows like that, and for gay jokes and gay behavior as well throughout their whole lives.
That's why I say Jackass. I have said it a million times. Is nothing but legalized gay porn that has been allowed into movie theaters. That's all it fucking is.
Yeah,
Because
they've
I
been
know there's a big.
desensitized.
Have you guys heard the? Shit's echoing. My neighbors can hear me. Have you guys heard the? Like everybody's heard the stereotype about. Oh, if you get around a bunch of white dudes, eventually they're gonna do some gay shit. You know what I mean? Slap nuts and do all this other shit. I never grew up around people who did that kind of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I've heard stories about in prison though, like certain kinds of dudes will become gay really quick compared to others.
Oh yeah.
They'd be there for 6 months and get a girlfriend whether in their quote unquote is sexual fucking gay. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
problem with. That's the big thing too. Is the pornography in itself. It sets unrealistic expectations, so it shatters the reality because the reality will never be as good as the fantasy was. One of those kind of things. Like, oh, I don't have the option. Oh, we're not doing this tricky little, all this other shit.
Yeah.
Sets unrealistic expectations.
Yeah. And pornography is gay too because you're jerking a dude off.
Right. That's why I'm like, a lot of people are like,
And
I
you're
want to
watching
see.
it, dude.
Not to get graphic, y'all, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want to see it. Like, why? That's another dude's fucking. He pees out of that. Why are you looking at that? You fucking weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
It is a perversion. It's a perversion. In ancient times, I believe they were probably more stingy with their shit. They probably weren't perverts like that. You know what I'm saying? They're probably more like they wouldn't have like I don't know. I hear say in Rome they had like they had pornography murals, little cave paintings, that cave paintings of little pervert or perverts existed for all. Do you think they've always been trying to get rid of them motherfucking bastards?
Every civilization where culture and the government promoted sexuality in any kind of way has fallen. Every single one of them.
Because it makes you question like why what why like yeah I don't know. It's one thing like sure
It's an instant gratification. It's a right now. You know what I mean? If you get people hooked on a right now, you get people hooked on luxury. It's the same concept.
yeah.
As I say, every nation, every religion that has lasted or has some kind of moral standing has always put limits on sexuality and restrictions on modesty. The ones who don't no longer exist. I mean,
Yeah.
those who can govern and control their sexual impulses will last a millennia. Those who give in to their base instinct collapse. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm. Mm. Fuck, dude. Yeah. 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 People they don't have that like and they've for the past like 60 years I feel like from public education people have been being like desensitized from being able to do what you said, you know? Man, we high as fuck talking about this shit. I feel like a retartarian.
I've smoked myself sober. I need to. I'm about to roll another one. I just grabbed my box. We still going, y'all?
I'm
3
down.
hours rolling, y'all. How many people in the chat? What up, y'all?
Shit, we got a good enough amount of people for me. It's like somebody said. It's like I said. Well, my woman, she's hot enough for me. I love her. Same though.
Right.
That's how I feel about my chat. It's good enough for me.
That's the thing is shit. I don't give a fuck what the world thinks.
Yeah.
I'm not here for the world. You know?
Mm-hmm. I just asked my girl if I could have the last Reese's in here. I'm waiting for her reply. I might just go ahead and get it. I'm notorious around here for eating Reese's, though.
I've done pretty good this week. I haven't fucking overdosed on sugar. But I did get a box of brownies today, and I've already ate like 4 of them bitches. So it is what it is.
I gotta be careful when I get the munchies, dude. I can pound through a whole bunch of candy.
I set the rule to where I wasn't going to eat any junk food unless I cooked it, and I stood on that for a while. I did make 2 fucking cakes the other day, so I smashed an entire yellow cake. Well, I smashed about 70% of it. The wife ate some, the cat ate some, and it fell on the floor. But I've got a whole ass chocolate cake still in the refrigerator because I was just like, fuck it. I want cake on hand. You know what I mean?
Does it sound good as fuck? I'm just gonna grab this Reese. 1 second. Yeah, cake is great. It's good for your soul. I don't like all the like soda, candy, all that shit might not be good for you, like your body, but it's good for your soul, dude. To me, it makes me feel when I take a bite of this Reese's. Let me see. I don't want to get no paper. Let me see. I'll pull that shit in my heart. That's good. That's really good.
That's what sugar is already taking the teeth, and eventually it's gonna make me a diabetic. I don't know how the fuck I'm not a diabetic now.
I get some foot pain sometimes. I'm probably not diabetes, but you know, sometimes you think that's what it is. You know, if you get itchy feet, or if you get some kind of like sharp pain in your feet.
You're like, oh fuck, nerve pain. Yeah, I was an avid Kool-Aid fan growing up. 10 pounds of fucking sugar in that shit. I would put a cup of sugar in my bowls of cereal every morning. Yeah.
That's my style for now too. I'm probably gonna be getting off of that soon. No more sugar like that soon for me. But Bill Cosby had a song when Teresa was young. It was called "Dad Is Great. He Gives Us Chocolate Cake." I've heard that. Oh, that's crazy. That
if I could figure out how to put some kind of some protein in there other than the egg, some kind of meat, I think you could eat that perfectly.
Yeah, I'm down
He's just
for
got
that.
Other freedom.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about. I'm not gonna be saying no things like that.
He's just got sissy feet. That's all it is.
I got you. Did these look like sissy feet to you, dude?
A little bit.
They dirty as hell. That's because it's not because of my floor. It's because I was outside.
Your arch is kind of feminine. I'm not gonna lie. It had a sway to it. It was a little off-putting, if I'm being honest with you.
What about this?
Boom.
Oh my god, we just got the foot freaks on us now. Let me see. No, there
You're
wasn't
welcome for your algorithm.
Climber foot. You got me wanting to look up all these things you say Don't be telling me too
She's
much.
saying you got chimpanzee toes that look like you could swing from a fucking tree or hang upside down.
Is that what that means?
Yes,
I'd
that's what
take
it
that. I
means.
would take that chimpanzee ancestry. I feel more like an orangutan.
She said you can use your feet like a possum's tail. Your toes are so weird looking.
Be careful. Oh, look at this thing. Oh gosh, she's about 45 pounds. Look at her. Oh.
So if we got somebody in the community who knows how to do cloning and things like that, if we take hillbillies almost everything, we'll say from the waist up, Pilgrim's feet, you know what I mean? We might
Nah,
have
dude, you
the
gotta
perfect
keep my face, dude. You gotta keep my face, dude.
there's not a monkey in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I thought we was talking about some kind of chimera. I didn't think we were talking about we were talking about a monkey chimera.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out if we can make a monkey type humanoid. If we mix you and Hillbilly's DNA together, we might come up with a Bigfoot. If we take your height and your feet and put it on Hillbilly's caveman chromosomes, I think we can make an actual Bigfoot.
How tall is he?
4'7".
I imagine he is short, kind of, for some reason. I'm trying to figure out an image of what that combo would look like.
America. Frankenfoot. Right?
Trying to find a ginger Bigfoot. It's hard. But the image is there.
I think there's ginger Bigfoots.
They're probably treated like shit in the Bigfoot community.
Teresa, that's what he says. Who you gonna believe? The short king or the person who stood next to him? You know what I mean?
I found
Are
the
you gonna
picture.
believe Hillbilly's words or my eyeballs? That's what you have to choose,
You got them thinking of this shit.
right?
What do you think of this? That's a handsome fella, isn't he?
See, I'm trying to think. Who does that look like? Who has a face like that we can add to the mix?
This is damn that. Was that one guy you was beefing with? This looks like his girl. This is a ghetto right here, dude. This is a ghetto prepper right here, dude.
No, it's
Because he got the same teeth as him. Look at that.
no. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. I'm trying to think.
Chat, help us out too.
Chad, who does that look like? No, it's there's too much meat on the bones to be AAP.
No, this is AAP's girl.
No, it's the same with her. That skeleton looking ass bitch. It'll come to me in a minute. Teresa? Yeah, it does kind of look like Teresa from what I've heard.
No.
Right. Mainly. Well, I will say though, hold on. If we're looking at strictly the forehead, that's Virginia roots all day long. Virginia roots are milkmaid because yeah.
What up, Dave?
See, look at that forehead. Tell me that's not roots right there. That's why she wears a hat all the time.
That thing has a shiny forehead, don't it? A lot of veins on it. What do you think it feels like on its forehead? It feels like probably a freshly shaved head on top of its
What up, Dave?
little bald spot, don't it? What's going on? It looks like a mean bastard. Do you think I'd let you just pet it?
I think orangutans are a lot friendlier than chimpanzees.
He's probably just excited, huh?
Orangutans are smart as fuck. They're like almost people smart. They've got fucking tool construction and everything.
Let me find this fella. See, this is the other kind of orangutan that I'm more accustomed to. I feel like. Does that?
That's a male, right? One's a male, one's female.
Holy shit! Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy. The female ones they look like man. Let me see. Let me look at a crazy ass chimpanzee. See if we can find one that kind of resembles. I gotta look up an albino chimpanzee actually. No, my.
It's starting to get chilly now. It's kind of cold on the sunburn.
I found a picture of you, dude.
I fuck with it.
You have on there in that dang.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I'm trying. Can't really. Oh my god! Look at the. Here's hillbilly right here. Nah, this motherfucker is not. Look at this. Can you imagine if this thing got mad at you?
That is hillbilly. That's exactly hillbilly right there.
He ain't that swole. This fucking
He
chimpanzee.
kind of is.
Fuck, dude.
That's what I'm saying. If you take hillbilly's upper half, Virginia Roots' forehead, and your monkey feet, we've got the start of a goddamn a cryptid, sir. We could make this shit happen.
That sounds like one of them. What do they call them creatures? Some kind of like Native American folklore animal. Wendigo? Skin changer? Skinwalker?
Oh yeah, Skinwalker. Backwoods doesn't have a whole lot of chimpanzee in him. You know what I mean?
More baseline human. Y'all are like regular like humans, and we're like less evolved, kind of, as far as like from ape to person, is what you're trying to imply.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Okay. Well, you can't really find no like. Oh my god! I saw something that's like a before and after thing of a lady getting her face eaten. It's not really. It doesn't show the face getting eaten per se.
Yeah, chimpanzees are like Somalians. They're just fucking emotional fucking. I'm gonna eat your face creatures.
Holy shit! You think I'd get in trouble showing this chimpanzee victim? It doesn't show any blood.
Maybe. I don't know.
It don't show no gore. Let me see. It don't show no gore. Let me see. I can't see it. Can't see it. Oh, wait, here we go.
Scott Truth, mind your goddamn business. Appreciate you though.
What up, Scott?
Technically, I am outside, so.
Yeah, it's like almost 10 o'clock at night where I'm at.
And I've been walking all fucking day. You can kiss my ass.
Yeah, and I fucking put a mailbox up today and trimmed a bunch of shit.
Bitch, I live outside. Get off my tits.
Are you Scott from the fucking UK, or are you some other Scott? On the right, that was what she looked like after she'd gotten like the chimpanzee, like I guess bit her hands off and bit her nose and ears out.
That's the lady who fucking she had a chimpanzee for a couple years, bonded with it, had to give it over to a reserve. Her and her old man, or she decided to go celebrate its birthday and showed up with a cake. All the other chimpanzees got jealous as fuck. This wood dude was getting cake, so they broke through the fucking deal and they ate that bitch's face.
violently. See, shit like cats, I guess they'll kill you first. They'll go for your neck, but things like monkeys and bears will eat you while you're alive. So the chimpanzees are like eating her fingers, like nubbing on her little.
Because chimpanzees in battle, they go for the weakest points. So they'll go for your giner, they'll go for your testes, your ears, your nose, your lips, anything that's flappy, your fingers, your toes. Yeah, anything that's flappy, that's their first instinct. Bite off everything that you can fit in your mouth first, while beating the shit out of somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to be in Africa, chimpanzees, honestly. They don't need to be anywhere like. I don't think they should be allowed out into the forest. And imagine if somebody tried to let them out in the forest here in the U.S. Oh my God.
It's like Hannibal Lecter with retard strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with that. That should not be a pet. You know what I mean? Leave them bitches in the trees.
Oh
Leave them
my
fucking-
God. Have you heard the news story? I saw it. I believe it's true. I don't believe it to be AI. It could be, but I looked into it. There's some chimpanzees that they've seen. They're walking around with like bushes sticking out of their asses as a fashion kind of statement for like the higher, like the more alpha chimpanzees. There are chimpanzees, but they're having they're
Hey, maybe those chimpanzees have witnessed some strange things out in the jungle. You know what I mean? And they're just mocking what they see people do. Like, well, that looks fun. Let's try that.
I was gonna say chimpanzees with bushes sticking out their asses. I was like, I gotta put that. I gotta put that with the who
That's
is
something worth googling, right? We have talked about the weirdest topics in the last 2.5 hours.
It's kind of like how did we do like a oh, they've been sticking grass. Okay, here you go. I got the photo for you. That's been the fashion trend, is them sticking grass. We don't have to look into the full story. But
I forgot I already
show you.
had one rolled when I rolled another one. So, to my chagrin, I looked over and boom, another motivation stick. Fancy that.
Let me see this. Oh my God, look at this. You've had to have seen this. All right, let me see.
I got one of those things to where it's like my muscles are sore and then I have a sunburn on top of them, so I can't tell which one fucking hurts. You know what I mean? Like, is it the sunburn or is it the muscle? What the fuck? Kind of looks like right.
That's what I said. It's like part of me, I don't know if it's AI. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that kind of looks AI. But you never know. They could be using it not as a fashion statement, but as some kind of form of toilet paper, and they're just not there yet. Because I mean, if you've ever looked at monkeys at the zoo, they like sticking their fingers up their butthole to dig out little nuggets to throw. So they've kind of been, you know what I mean, shoving stuff up in there for quite a while.
They're probably fucking.
Chimps are sticking grass in their
to them. This is AI.
Yeah.
Wait.
butts, seemingly as a fashion trend.
We broke down some AI. Well, listen, we're talking about everything.
I can see that being a fashion trend for some people.
Yeah.
Look what I got hanging out. It's like a fucking a furry chimpanzee just trying to be. We don't have long enough tails. Fuck it. Let's make one. You are muted. Hey, my dinner is coming up the driveway, y'all. So I'm gonna go eat some shit. Appreciate y'all, Pilgrim, my brother. I'll holler at y'all later.
Peace. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm thinking about doing like doing a stream of the audiobook of my book, the first 18 chapters. I'm thinking about doing that. I might do that now that I figured out how to get the voice reading of it going. Yeah. Well, with that being said, we'll talk to you guys later. It was always fun talking to you guys. I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to y'all. I'm not going to be a stranger. We'll see each other again soon. Peace.